Blessed, highly blessed.
Super well, busy day.
All right, everybody. So listen, thank you so much and welcome to Ultimate GovCon Blueprint. Who has been looking forward to this day?
I have. I definitely have.
Safe to say everyone.
Matter of fact, who is excited for 2023? All these government contracts y'all about to sign with that blue pen. Nobody? Anybody?
Oh, I am.
Oh, come on. Y'all gotta be
Yeah,
better
I was
than
about to
the
say, I
last
know you see
cohort.
my hand
Y'all
raised.
gotta be better. The last cohort was live. Come on now. It's the new year. I'm pretty sure y'all have been writing down your goals for this year. I know y'all are ready. Come on now. Y'all can't bring low energy. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
You can hear
yeah.
Oh,
us.
yeah. I'm super excited. I've been waiting on this since Thanksgiving Day.
All right.
Same.
Cool. Good. So are y'all saying that my mic is low?
I can hear you.
It's
I
getting
can
better now,
confirm.
but it was low.
It was low, but it's better now.
Yeah, it's getting better. It's not always there.
All right. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I turn the volume up on this thing. Y'all hear me? What about now? Is that good?
Yeah, you've been good on my end. I'm not sure how everybody else is hearing you, but you're good on my end.
Fine over here too. I can hear.
All right. That's all that matters. I got 20% that they're good. Okay, good. So, hey, once again, welcome to Ultimate GovCon Blueprint. This is cohort 5 kicking off on January 5th, 2023. All right. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to have y'all, I'm going to mute you all right, to make sure that I'm not interrupted. Make sure that I'm not interrupted so we can get going, all right? All right, rule number one. Rule number one is that if y'all are going to be a part of Ultimate GovCon Blueprint, I need for y'all to turn your webcams on. Because y'all going to be, I want to make sure that I remember and I can visually see who I'm going to be mentoring and partnering with in the future, right? Y'all ever heard of that old saying, you do business with people that you trust? All right, don't be shy. I know some of y'all probably, I know some of the men out there, you taking some of your extensions out your hair. It's all right. I know some of the ladies out there, you probably, taking some of your eyelashes and stuff off. I already took mine off, so we should be good. That's what I'm talking about. Look at all those beautiful faces out there. Woo! Y'all was gonna have me looking at my own beautiful self tonight. I need to see some of y'all beautiful faces tonight. See what I'm working with for the rest of the 2023 season. All right, cool. The next thing I need for y'all to do is that I need for y'all to rename yourselves. I need to see your first name, your government name, or whatever your nickname you have, your last name, and in parentheses, as in my example, I want you to let me know what industry that you're in, right? This is called emotional intelligence. Because guess what? Alicia, who's a part of, who is a partner in Black Fox, will tell you that opportunities come all the time, and we only reach out to people that we know. So in order for us to know what industry that you're in, please, in parentheses, let us know. And they are always coming. I saw something come out right before I logged on here that said it was social media management. Some of y'all probably like,
Oh, that's my alley all day.
See, I told you, right? So when we know, right, when I finish up the roster later on tonight, I know exactly who's in what industry. Now, If you do not know how to rename yourself on Zoom, raise your hand and let me know. Nobody know how to rename themselves? Okay. And also, we're going to do a little bit, I'm going to do something different this time, right? So we're going to put in parentheses the industry you're in, and I want you to put your location too, right? Using a 2-letter abbreviation or a 3-letter abbreviation, let us know what city that you're in. All right. So Don, I'm gonna help you out here. Okay. Let me know, Don, what industry are you in?
Don't have an industry.
Okay. Is there something that you got in mind a little bit?
Not yet. Still kind of trying to figure out how it all works.
All right, that's no problem with that. So I'm gonna put a question mark behind your name, and then where you located?
Yeah, that's what I got. I have 2 things in mind. I'll just put one of them.
What city are you in, Don?
Atlanta.
ATL. We're right around the corner from each other.
All right.
Okay. Marshonda, you need some help too?
Yeah, so I have 2 different industries. I guess I'll just put one of them.
It's fine.
Can
We
you-
can do both. What's the primary? What's the primary industry?
You hear me? Can you
Yep,
hear me?
What is your primary industry?
Okay.
All right. Who else needs some help? All right. So if you're just now joining us, please let me know who you are. We have a Miss Jen. And who is 202? Who is the 202 number? Who are you? You can put it in a chat, Mrs. Jen or 202, if you can let us know who you are by renaming yourselves with your first name, last name. In parentheses, put in the industry you're in and your location. Every cohort, you know what happens? Somebody ends up sharing the Zoom link, and I get people who want to sneak in covertly, and I got to kick them out every single time. Let's see if I can get them to cooperate. Okay, all right.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Who is that?
Good evening. This is the 202 number that you may see. I just put my name in the chat. I'm just trying to get logged into my laptop. This is through my mobile cell phone. My apologies.
And what's your name again?
Malvo.
Okay, I see you. Got you. All right, Milo, I'm gonna help you out here while you're trying to get in. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What industry are you in?
Construction, restoration,
Where are you located?
DC area.
DMV?
What's that?
All right. Mr. Darren.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Mr. Darian Whaley.
Yes.
All right, I can't see you. Where you at?
I'm just getting mine, doing a little troubleshooting here, trying to get up.
All right. What industry you in and where you located?
Orlando, Florida, and I'm in the mold and water remediation restoration business.
Okay, so construction, light construction.
Correct.
All right, outstanding. So let's see, we got Mr. Durante. Did I say that correctly?
Durante, yep.
Durante. All right. Mrs. Carter, you all right, Miss Carter?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm just still a little sick from the flu.
Okay. Well, I see
I'm
you in
here.
I see you're in healthcare recruiting.
Yeah, that's what I do for my full-time job. So I figure I'd start there. And then,
Alicia, you
as
see
things
that?
come,
Alicia, you see that healthcare recruiting? All right.
we fo-
We got Mr. Amir, Mr. Augustine. Good. Mrs. Brooks. Marshonda, what's your last name? While she's working on that, we got Mrs. Prentice, Mrs. Sawyer, Mr. Williams.
Oh, for some reason you can't hear me. My last name
Your last name is what?
is Dixon. Can you hear me?
Yep. So go ahead and rename yourself and put your first name and last name in there,
Oh, God. Okay.
right? And your location too. Okay. We got Ross in the house. We got Mr. Fall. Mr. Fall, where you at? We can't see you.
It's actually Miss Fall.
Oh, Miss Fall, see? If I could see you, I wouldn't have made that error.
Oh goodness, I just woke up. But anyway, I'm a nurse and I live in Seattle, Washington. I work night shift and I look busted. So you'll see me tomorrow.
I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I don't know about you, but we're not gonna be here tomorrow. All right.
I will be.
All right, cool. All right.
All
So
right.
now that we got some technical stuff out the way. Hey, once again, welcome to GovCon, Ultimate GovCon Blueprint, cohort 5. I will be your mentor for the next 4 weeks, right? We're going to meet here every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9:30 p.m., maybe to 10 p.m., depending on some of the leg that we're going to cover.
Okay.
So,
I just want to be clear. Did you say every Wednesday?
yes, every Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, every Wednesday. All right. That's going to be dropped into the community, and y'all will receive a updated email on that information as well. Yeah. Only reason we're here tonight on Thursday is because I had to travel to. I had to do a site visit for one of a major contract that we're going after. So it was between not going and potentially not winning a $40 million contract or moving y'all to Thursday so that way we could win that $40 million contract. All right. So which one you think I was going to go with? I love y'all, but I don't love y'all that much to where I'm on, push away $40 million opportunity. All right. But that will be the case by case as we move forward. We may have to shift days. Usually I try to stay within a Tuesday or Thursday if we cannot meet on a Wednesday, but I will also do a poll to make sure that we can do it because sometime my schedule will shift due to business reasons, right? So just want to be clear about that. All right, cool. So now that I got everybody good, who is that? Mr. Darian Whaley, can you please put behind your name in parentheses what industry you're in and where you're located at? All right. All right. Now that I got everybody's attention, let's go ahead and move forward. We should be having right here. So once again, my name is Fox Wade. My government name is Marcellus, but I've been called Fox for the past 10 plus years. I am retired United States Army. I see Mr. Whaley, like you are a Marine.
Absolutely.
Yep. Sorry about that, sir. But so I am retired United States Army, did 14 years. I was wounded in Western Iraq doing route clearance operations one night. Decided that I was not going to take my advice and get out of my vehicle during a ambush, and I got shot in the back. So once I recovered from my injuries, I was propositioned whether I could move forward in the military, jump out of airplanes, get a low salary, or I can retire early, get a full 100% pension, and go do some great stuff while I was still in my prime. So the one I decided to choose was Peace Out Army. I'm tired of going to Iraq. I've been to Iraq 4 times, Afghanistan once. I've been to Iraq so many times that I literally can go there and navigate the whole country of Iraq without using the map. I should have bought some real estate while I was over there, but I didn't know how the market was moving at the time. Got out the military. I worked for a few different private sector companies, Duke Realty. I was a project manager building infrastructure just south of Raleigh by the airport. And then once I left that company, I decided to do a little bit of light construction on my own, end up building a company extremely fast where I was bought out by a company called CBRE, sold that company, kind of just chilled for a year, then thought to myself, I need to get into this IT space. Matter of fact, it was a friend of mine that said, hey, you need to get into the IT space. It's growing, it's booming. You already know the formula, how to start a business. So then I kicked off, I worked for the Federal Emergency Management Agency for a year just to kind of learn about the insights about how they conduct the business. After I signed a $27 million contract to go to a company to install fire detectors and monoxide detectors in low-income family homes across the Midwest, I decided that I was on the wrong side and I need to get in on the side to where I can get me some $27 million contracts versus giving other people this type of money. So on May 18th, went full-fledged into launching my company called Black Fox. And since then, we have been rolling each year. My first year as in this space with no mentorship, no guidance, not even knowing anybody in the industry. Launched the company May 18th. On May 17th, we signed our first contract for $30,000. And then 60 days later, signed another contract for $60,000. And then 9 months later, signed another contract for $1.3 million. So I was able to accelerate the company in less than almost a year in the government contracting space. Some of the awards I've received over time is the Veteran Impact Award, 40 Under 40. Our company has been awarded the, what is it, Alicia? The Vets Medallion Gold Award by the Department of Labor Vets Medallion. So you can see as we planted and started something back in 2018, as of 2022, we have grown tremendously. So the rules of the game tonight is going to be cameras on at all time, right? This is for us to do what? From an emotional intelligence standpoint, we get to meet each other, we get to network, we get to see who does what, and this is how we're going to grow extremely fast as a community, as a team, and how you're going to be able to digest and consume this information. There are a few breaks in between, but because we're rolling a full straight ahead 3 hours, go ahead and take breaks whenever you need to. There's a 10-minute break in between, but for the most part, I like to keep going because I love this stuff, y'all. This is what I do. This is what I consume. This is what I breathe. I wake up thinking about government contracts. I go to bed. I'm in the shower thinking about it. I'm on my 2-mile runs in the morning. As y'all see, I love me some government, right? Especially a kid that grew up on the north side of Flint that was on a government assistance. Raise your hand if you grew up on government assistance. Dang, y'all grew up nice. I grew up getting them food stamps. I grew up getting the government cheese. Nobody remember the government cheese? I guess I'm the only one that grew up rough, huh? Yes. So I went from government assistance and now went in government contracts, all right? Make sure your phones are on silence. And if you have any questions, right? Usually I try to push all the questions to the parking lot at the end, but because we are a family now for the next couple of weeks, ask your questions anytime, right? If you drop anything in the chat, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to catch it because it's just me, all right? That's why I like cameras on, open up your mics. I'd rather for you talk than to put in the chat, all right? All right, so this is your opportunity. I want y'all to take 60 seconds, 60 seconds. I'm gonna call your name. I want you to tell me your full name, where you're located, your company's name. If you don't have a company name, that's fine. The industry, if you don't have an industry, that's fine. But the most important thing I want to know is that why are you here? Why did you decide to invest 3 hours a week to invest financial resources to be able to learn this information and get to the next level? All right. So usually I do ladies first, but you know what? It's 2023. And you know what? Men, we lead from the front all the time, right? We lead into battle. We always on the horses with the knives and the swords and everything. So we're going to lead from the front this time. And I'm going to ask all the men to introduce themselves first. So no disrespect, ladies, but I just want to let y'all know 2023 is the year of the man. All right. All right. So Mr. Craig, can you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Awesome. Yes, my name is Durante Craig. I'm actually from Washington, D.C. and PG County. So I'm from the DMV, but I actually live in Long Beach, California. The name of my company is called 927. It is a digital marketing agency. And while I'm here, a mentor a few people took me through the process of starting procurement with companies. And I find myself interested in government contracting, seeing some content that you produce. And I was like, yeah, this is a place I need to be.
Outstanding. Representing the DMV, PG County. Are you in what city?
I grew up in Landover, but my family's in Temple Hills, and I went to Bowie State University. But now I live in Long Beach, California, so in LA County.
Gotcha. All right. Always some great opportunities out there. Mr. Augustine. You're on mute, sir. It happens to the best of us. I know.
Like Mr. Fox said, my name's Amir Augustine. Currently located in Atlanta, but I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I moved out to Atlanta now 6 months ago, recently graduated college. I want to get into the financial services space. I'm currently a full-time accountant. So I have my degree in accounting. And the reason why I want to get in the industry and start securing government contracts just because just with my accounting background and business knowledge, I just know the best way to make money is through a business. And right now I'm young, I have the time, so I just want to go and get some money.
How old are you?
I'm 20, turned 23 last month.
If I can only tell my 23-year-old self what I knew today, I would probably be putting rocket ships all the way to Mars. Outstanding. That's good. I love to see the young men coming to the program. All right, Mr. Darius Williams.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Darius Williams. I'm in transportation, logistics. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Just like the other guys, I saw you on Social Proof and immediately started following you on everything. Every time you went live on Instagram, I just jumped on, man, and just tried to soak up everything. I actually DM'd you one time about I registered with the Florida Department of Transportation. I asked you about DBE certification, and you gave me some insight on that. So I since then I did register and I have got my certification. So thank you for that. But why I want to get into government contracting, just to take my business to where I know it should be. I know government is the highest spender, and I know they can take my company to extreme heights that I ain't gonna say can't be done, but I know it'll be done a lot faster with government contracting. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much. I'm amazed that I actually responded to a DM.
I was too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was too.
You must have caught me on one of those really good days. I was on the couch, had the phone on me, like, check my DM.
It was divine, man. It was divine.
It was divine, because I'll tell y'all something right now. I do not like social media.
I'm glad you got on, because that's how we got a hip to you. So thank you for biting that bullet.
I came on the social media March 2019, and it was by almost like somebody pushed me off a ship into shark-infested water. But they told me you need to get on social media to spread this information, and I've been struggling since. So
absolutely,
stuff that you do see me put on there, I probably made it a long time ago. It just be sending my draft reels and I just check it and go, oh, you know what? Maybe I should drop it. All right, awesome, dope. Who else we got? Mr. Ross.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm Ross Say. I'm in cybersecurity. I'm 32 years old. And I know Fox from, we've done a little business together in the past, and I follow his social media content like most of you guys here. And I'm here because I'm interested in learning. You know, it's never too late to learn. I actually have been doing government contracting for a few years now. Come from a family of people who were in government contracting, but you know, you never can learn too much. So I'm here to learn a few things if I can, and also I'm here for the networking. Here to network with you guys. I'm happy to see all of the, you know, the faces that look like me here that are interested in you know, propelling their future. So nice to meet you all.
Outstanding. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, listen, Ross is a really good guy. He took me on his boat about 2 weeks ago. We were on the boat, went to a nice restaurant off the boat. And so hey, y'all, if y'all need to network with somebody, y'all better network with Ross. Ross is knee deep in some government contracts. All right. Before I go to the next person, Mr. James, Stephen James, can you do me a favor? Can you rename yourself by, in parentheses, put in the industry that you're in behind your name and your location?
Yes, sir. Let me see how to do that.
You can look at my name as a complete example. All right, while he's doing that, Mr. Whaley, or should I call you Sergeant Whaley, Captain Whaley? What we doing?
Yeah, Sergeant, only salty Sergeant. But yeah, my name is Darian Whaley. I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. Got out of the Marine Corps, did some government contracts, working not on the government side of things, but just government contracts after I got out, and then started working for Homeland Security, and then left Homeland Security and started my own business here with this franchise actually, and been doing that for a couple of months now. So the reason why I got into government contracting is because while I was working with Homeland Security, we had a guy come in, retired Air Force guy, and he got on a government contract, and he just steam cleans and cleans our curtains and does our windows at the facility. And we got to talking with him, and he was telling me he made a few $100,000 just cleaning curtains and cleaning windows in our facility. So that kind of piqued my interest. And then when I saw you on Social Proof, you know, it just seemed like it was the right thing to do. So I jumped on in. So looking forward to bringing my business to the next level with that.
Outstanding. Yes. Theme cleaning. Make you think sometimes. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, is the government really about fraud, waste, and abuse? But we'll talk about that a little bit later. All right, we got Mr. Milo.
How you doing, guys? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
Man, Mr. Wade, I'm still working on that. I'm trying to switch out laptops if I could do that. Yeah, I'm currently working on that. Some issue with this laptop I have now, but I'm going to get that up and running for you. But pretty much my background, I'm originally from ATL, been here in the DC area, specifically PG County, been here for about a little over 15 years. Came up here just because of the opportunities. I had a relative in the government, so she in military as well. So pretty much came up here and got into the insurance industry. So pretty much what I do currently, all the major insurance companies you've heard about, I pretty much work for. This is a pretty tough market to work in as far as my type of specific role in property casualty. So I'm the guy you call out when you have a fire loss or when a tree lands on your house. So I work for that particular segment of the insurance industry. So I'm very familiar with insurance, and I worked on the other side as far as restoration. I worked for a couple of restoration companies. So definitely construction background. And I was looking to kind of bridge the two I used to, because of my job, I've been out in the field meeting with a lot of people, trying to figure out the next area of my life. And I ran into a lot of people in procurement. So it sounds very exciting and kind of bridging what I currently do, kind of like a project manager, program manager type of role I do as an insurance adjuster. So I went back to school and got my master's about 2 years ago at UMGC. And funny enough, it's in the actual industry and contract. I went back to school for procurement, contract management. I recently, not say recently, this was almost last year, came across an opportunity with IRS in a pathways program. But man, they wanted me to take a 50% cut on what I currently make to come in as a GS7. I said, man, I have a master's now. I can't come in at least a 9. They were like, no, we can't come in, but you know how lucrative the industry is. I said, yeah, I do. I talk to a lot of procurement people. I understand the critical hiring need. I understand there's a lot of opportunities with contracting, but I can't take that cut. I got too much dependence that counted on me. So still in the insurance industry, I did come across, done some research. I'm in real estate as well. And I came across you guys, Fox, definitely been researching your background, man. And definitely you come highly regarded across a lot of the channels I think you've been interviewed with. So that struck, really resonated with me. And I thought of how I can bridge my master's and what I currently do in the construction insurance industry. So that's pretty much my story.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, shoot, yeah, you already got a kind of a leg up on the inside of how this all works, especially on the procurement side. All right.
I don't know if it matters, man. There's a lot of successful people that have my background. So I've been seeing some of the students with the success they've been having. So we'll see. I'm an open book.
Outstanding. All right, Mr. James, 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Are you able to hear me?
1 minute. Name, location, company, industry, and what's your why?
Yes, sir. Hold on. You guys can hear me, right?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Stephen James. I'm from the DMV area as well, PG County area. My company is James Consulting Group. So I'm in the IT cybersecurity space as well. I've been a government contractor on the employee side for about 14 to 15 years now. So I'm pretty, I just see how much money that the government spends year on year in government contracting. So I wanted to learn from experts such as yourself, Fox, to get on the other side of that, to create that wealth for myself and my family. So that's why I'm here, learn from you guys.
All right. Outstanding. All right. So now we got all the fellas out the way. Thank y'all so much for leading the way. Right. I know, ladies, it's okay. This ain't your year this year. It's the man year this year. All right. So we're gonna follow up with some great people. So let's start from the top. Mrs. Carter, 1 minute, name, location, company, industry, and why are you doing this?
My name is Cassandra Carter. I'm here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I don't have a company yet. I'm still trying to think of a name. And I chose for right now healthcare recruiting because that's what I do right now. I'm a consultant for healthcare facilities and hospitals. We focus on healthcare recruiting for travel nurses. So that's what I do right now. I also have an IT background as well. And my why is I would definitely at some point want to get out of the 9 to 5 and just have my own thing. And I feel that government contracting is the best road to take to at least start that process. And like some of the other guys mentioned, I saw you on Social Proof, just had a great connection with you. I like how you carried yourself and your professionalism. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much. Why you got tired of me getting interrupted on Social Proof? I was trying to give y'all the free game, and I was getting interrupted by Girl Scout cookies. I know. Nah, David Shands and Donnie, they good people. Good people. All right. Hey, I will tell you this, Miss Carter. You're sitting on oil, a gold mine, a platinum mine. You're sitting on at least about $25 million. I mean, honestly, this year, if you do not do $5 million minimum, then I failed
Well, I'm looking to get started, so I'm all ears.
you. And Alicia is shaking her head because she know. We literally, we
All
literally
right.
we still got the DHA thing too. So right now we're going after a IDIQ with the Defense Health Agency called the Medical Qualification Services IDIQ. It's $1 billion IDIQ. And it's all focused on healthcare staff. And right now they're in the need for 15 different new positions. Nobody can fill it because they can't find the people. That's just one. The Department of Veteran Affairs, they're always looking for, I mean, you name it. Honestly, it don't matter what direction you go, which street you turn down, somebody's looking for some healthcare staffing needs. And it's all based upon mental health, nurses, emergency. I mean, we'll be here all night if I was to go down the list of the opportunities. So
Wow.
we're gonna be real close.
Great. I can't wait to get started. Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Brooks.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dawn Brooks. I currently live in Atlanta. I don't have a company or an industry. I'm taking care of my mother right now. I've been taking care of her for almost 6 years. But I've been trying to get into the government industry. Once I came out of the Army, I was stationed in Savannah at Hunter Army Airfield. And I came out of the Army and I kept trying to figure out how to get into the government industry. I tried to get hired first in procurement, and I never could get in on that side. And then about 5 years ago, I have a brother who sells insurance, and he came and at his company, he was telling me about how he writes the contract and then outsources it. But then that was the last I ever heard about it. So my why is that when I am no longer taking care of my mother, I don't have any plans on going back to work. And I finally found this information that I've been looking for almost 30 years.
Whoa, 30 years. Sorry to hear that. Well,
Yeah, I got out of the Army in the 90s, 91, and anything about the government, I tried to do the overseas contract, and it was all so elusive. You heard about it, but you couldn't find anybody who really did it. So it's been a long time, but I'm here now. And Mr. Wade, I went to Longfellow Junior High for a little while.
in Flint, Michigan?
Flint, yeah.
That's where I went to.
Yeah.
Small world. We definitely got to talk. So I'm currently right here in Atlanta as we speak. So I'm in Atlanta / DMV. More 60% here, 40% there. So yeah, if y'all are in the Atlanta area, there's an event that I'm going to put together probably the end of this month. It's going to be like a little networking event, working on the details right now. So just stand fast so that way we can kind of meet each other face to face. And we'll definitely talk a little bit more. So yeah, before I move on, are you a disabled veteran? You don't receive compensation? So you leaving $3,000 tax-free on a monthly on the table? Just left it there? Okay, so I had somebody last cohort. I helped them out with that process too. So it's outside of what you'll learn in government contracting, but you definitely want to, get some of that. You don't want to miss
At a minimum,
no revenue.
3,000 with that new bump.
Yes, and the bump. When I saw the bump, I almost lost my mind a little bit. All right.
Yep.
So thank you, Ms. Brooks, and we'll definitely be talking. We have Ms. Robinson.
Good evening. Crystal Robinson here. I'm in Louisiana, right outside of New Orleans. My company is Dominate Logistics. We are currently a last mile delivery courier service. Our sole customer right now is Amazon Logistics. So the reason I wanted to join this cohort is to diversify a bit and make sure that they're not our sole customer moving forward and just kind of learn more about submitting the contracts and of course winning a few as well.
Outstanding. Yeah, you're in a very good position too. Logistics. Once you learn how to move for was it the AMC? You ever heard of AMC? AMC stands for Army Movement Command. Nope, that's not it. But it's a major command to where they have a $5 billion IDIQ for where it's just moving stuff, moving troops, moving furniture, moving equipment. I mean, once you get on that, and you have 18-wheelers, or you have more like box trucks.
I don't have 18-wheelers anymore. We strictly use cargo vans right now.
All right. You said anymore. That mean that you were like, nah, I'm over this. I'd rather do cargo vans. Maintenance probably better, huh?
Yeah, we did 18-wheelers, but it was flatbed trucks previously. And yeah, we started in 2019. And then of course 2020 happened. And yeah, the movement for flatbed was a little different at that particular time. It takes a different type of driver to do flatbed than it does dry van. So that was our reasoning for moving out. But with Amazon Logistics, we literally just need, high roof cargo vans. It's not a need. We could use box trucks if nothing else was available, but right now we just have a fleet of cargo vans.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. We got Mrs. Prentice.
Hi, it's Miss. I'm single. My name is Brittany Prentice. I am in Dallas, Georgia, by way of the Virgin Islands. My company's name is Trit Enterprise, and I'm in the healthcare industry because I'm a science nerd. Worked in the hospital for some years. Currently, I'm in clinical research, so I love the entire industry about it. So decided to stick with it. And my why is simply because I've seen a lot of older folks retire at 60 and even 70. I don't want to be there. I'm trying to retire before I'm 40, provide the life that I've always envisioned for myself, and give my family something to look forward to. So that's my why.
Awesome. Thank you. What you said, you're from the Caribbean?
Yeah, I'm from the Caribbean. So if you ever been to like St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, or even the British Virgin Islands, that's where I call home.
Nice. All right, we got Mrs. Sawyer.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? My voice is kind of coming back. So my name is Alicia Sawyer. I am the CAO for Black Fox. I joined Black Fox over a year now. And before then, I didn't know anything about the industry. I didn't even know it existed. But it's been an amazing ride working with Fox, and I've learned a lot. And I'm excited to, tag along in the cohort and learn as well and assist wherever needed. I'm also from the Caribbean. I'm from Jamaica. I know some of you guys are also in the Telegram, but yeah, I'm from Jamaica, so you might hear the accent that come out sometime.
Thank you. Listen, Alicia is great. She's the reason why I don't have gray hair. All right, we got Mr. No, I'm sorry. We got Mrs. So like y'all just jumped around on me. Dixon.
All right. Hello, everyone. I keep getting these long pauses. I think my internet is just acting up. But excuse me, my name is Marshonda Dixon. I'm from Lansing, Michigan, but I live in Atlanta now. And I'm actually a serial entrepreneur, but I currently have two businesses. And it sounds like, from listening to everyone speak, it sounds like I need to be in healthcare, IT. That's what it sounds like. But I'm kind of, so I have two companies, but I'm open. What attracted me to this is is the opportunity to actually do like consultations for businesses and kind of be the middleman. And my why is to create opportunities for myself, for my family, for others, and to make money, honestly.
All right. So,
I'll keep it short.
you say you have two business. You have two. What are they?
So I have a tour company here in Atlanta, and then I have a janitorial service. And I also have a few ATM machines that I've had for a while. I'm not sure if that's even an option when it comes to government contracting, but
Vending machines, yes.
yeah, yeah.
But ATM machines, yes, too.
Oh, really?
You ever been in a government facility before and seen an ATM machine?
I have. Yeah.
Who you think's own that ATM machine?
That's why I'm here.
All right, outstanding. Hopefully, you're not a Spartan fan.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You see the shirt? I'm standing up, but you see my shirt, right? Let me make sure my thing is clean. So, yeah, you see it. Go green.
This is going to be fun.
Go white.
All right. Last but not least, Mrs. Fall.
Hi, everybody. My name is Soda Fall. I'm located in Seattle, Washington. My company name is Mati Global Services. It doesn't have a niche yet. I was just thinking about selling products to the government until I found out about the services that you can provide. My why for government contracting is I'm a registered nurse, travel nurse, and I'm trying to retire from bedside nursing. So that's my why, hopefully to get, I see how much the government spent during the pandemic and us working so hard and didn't like a lot of companies made a lot of money during that time. So I'm just trying to find something that I can do and not create content like everybody say you have to create content to make money. I'm not into that stuff. So government contracting, I think, would be my thing to do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Once again, healthcare is one of those sweet spots right there. Now, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Are you from Senegal?
How did you know? Yes, sir, I am.
What part? You from?
And that's another thing, like the international contract. I'm interested.
You're from Dakar?
Yes.
All right. What part of Dakar?
Ashlam.
Oh, okay. Are you familiar with Jim Yaju?
Jamiajo, what's that?
That's the new city that they're building with the government.
Jamyajo.
Yeah.
Jamyajo?
Jamyajo?
Yes.
So you mean tell me all these years I've been saying it wrong and ain't nobody correcting me?
It's okay. We forgive you. It's okay. It's okay.
Awesome. Awesome. So do you
Yes.
know where the Radisson Hotel is at?
Yes.
Right there in by the stadium?
Uh-huh.
There
The new stadium?
Yeah. There's
Yes.
some housing complexes being built.
Uh-huh.
That's the international contract that we have because they want to build 100,000 housing units.
Uh-huh.
So I'm only doing 1,000 right now, but it looks like as of November, we got approved to do 90,000 more because they liked our project management approach. So that's an international contract that we have with the Senegalese government because that is a buyback program. We build it,
nice.
Government buys it back.
Nice, nice.
So we can talk about that one. So yeah, the name Soda Fall. I see that name all the time, just like my last name Wade. I think that's what got me into a lot of the places because my last name is Wade.
Yes.
The current president, was the first president or the last?
It was the last one. His name is like the last name is Wade. Yeah.
Before Mackey. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right.
so-
All right.
Good, yeah. A lot of great things here. So I'm glad that you all introduce yourselves, name, location, company, industries, and whys, because the whole time right now, I'm telling you, I just learned a lot about you all, and I know who's in healthcare, who's in logistics, who's in transportation, who's in construction, who's in cyber, right? Who needs a little bit of help on where you want to go, right? Who's in digital marketing. So this is awesome. All right, y'all ready? Oh, Darius, you got a question?
Yeah, I heard you say AMC to, I believe it was Miss Robinson. Is that the Army Material Command?
That is correct.
All right, awesome. Thank you. That's all.
All right, cool. So once again, Foxway, I am the CEO of Black Fox. So Black Fox is my primary company. Out of the one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 companies that's a part of the Wade Company Inc. umbrella, right? So our parent company is Wade Company Inc., but we have several other companies underneath it. And the primary company that brings in the most revenue is Black Fox, followed by Moon Advisory, Fox and Moon, GovCon Blueprint, Wade Inc., Vera Exchange, and then our investment company that's all wrapped up into our parent company, all right? I've been on every level of government that there is: federal, state, local, private sector. I mean, quasi-government, right? Which we're going to dive deep into on these type of levels of government. So why do I say all that? Because some of you all may find your sweet spot in the federal government. Some of you all may find your sweet spot in the state. Some of you all may find great revenue into your business from your local government, right? Your county, your local jurisdictions, your villages, your municipalities, your cities. And then some of you all may, like Miss Robinson, you may find a niche in the private sector as well, because the private sector picks up on if you are a certified minority business enterprise, DBE, SBE, woman-owned small business as well, because they get some tax credits by being able to subcontract some work out to you or do B2B to your firm. All right. Our company Black Fox is 8A certified. You'll learn more about small business programs on week 3. And then we are a service-disabled veteran-owned small business as well, which, Alicia, we may need to talk about that tomorrow, because as of 1 January, the service-disabled veteran-owned small business transferred over to the Small Business Administration from the CVE program. Totally slipped my mind. So we got to make sure that we should be good until 2024 or 2025 for our certification. But we got to figure out what is the procedure for the SBA taking over the SGVOB's program. So all my military veterans, if you have a service disabled or a VA rating of 30% or higher, you qualify for the Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Small Business Certification or Small Business Program. And if you are 29% or lower, you qualify for the Veteran-Owned Small Business Program. These are set-asides that allow for you to win opportunities fast. All right. We are also ISO 9001, ISO 22301. I know it says that we are CMMC level 1 certified. We are not. We have met the requirements per NIST standards when DOD decided to release it to say what, how to proceed with certification. But we have met the requirements thanks to Mr. Ross on that one. And we also have a GSA multiple award schedule with the General Service Administration, which we'll learn a little bit about that as well. All right. So I usually would have a workbook, but I don't like workbooks anymore. You know what I like? I like when people pull out a piece of paper and a pen and you can write stuff down yourself, because when you write it from intangible to tangible, for some reason, it'll stick to your brain a little bit harder. So I'm sorry to tell y'all this, but I need for y'all to pull out a piece of paper and get a pen I ain't say type. I ain't say pull out your phone and put in your notes. I'm about to have y'all do some writing. Some of y'all ain't probably wrote in 7 years. Mr. Augustine, it's okay. I know your generation don't believe in pens and papers, but tonight we gonna do it, all right? So in order to get from one place to the next, right? How many of y'all have ever read the book, The Alchemist? Okay. If y'all haven't never read the book, The Alchemist, I definitely recommend it, but it talks about a boy who had a dream, right? He was in southern Spain, Andalusia, which was part of the Iberian Peninsula when the Moors were in charge of Europe, right? Back in the 700s. He had a dream that he saw the pyramids. He had never been to the pyramids, never physically met it, but by the pyramids, there was treasure there, right? So he decided to take action after everybody tried to talk him out of it. He decided to take action and charter a unknown journey to see these beautiful things called the pyramids. How many of y'all have ever been to Cairo, Egypt to see the pyramids of Giza? If you have not, I want y'all to put that on your goals list, because if you ever go to Egypt and see the pyramids of Giza, the Sphinx, you will realize that, wow, people really did this stuff 3,000 years ago, right? What you think today would be impossible, but it was definitely possible back 3,000 years ago. So this is called your statement of desire. That's why I always ask people, why? Why are you doing this, right? Because this is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. It's going to take a lot of pain, right? But as I always tell people, on the other side of pain is success. Okay? So I want y'all to write this down, and I'm going to help y'all fill in the blanks on it, okay? So the first line states, to achieve my life purpose of blank, I have absolute faith that on December 31st, what year, you're going to achieve your ultimate goal. Whether it's, I want to make $50 million, I want to have a business that has 50 employees, I want to sell my company for 15 million in cash, whatever you want to do, right? We got to make a statement of desire, because your GovCon business is definitely going to need this. Because I got to be honest with y'all, this is not easy, right? It's going to be some hard times, but no matter what you do when you start, it's always going to be hard, but it's not easy, right? We want a contract. Well, we supposedly won a contract that was worth $6 million. Today, you know what I was told? It may not happen. $6 million contract, subcontract, with a major company called EY, Ernst & Young. And today I was told that it may not happen because it's tied up in so much political BS that they may cancel the contract, because the EY who won it, it was in protest from the incumbent. Now it's a part of political. Now the administrator is leaving, and now he's mad. So now we may miss out on $6 million and add in additional people to our company. This is going to happen to you. Okay? To achieve my life purpose of, I have absolute faith that on December 31st, 20 whatever, I'm going to hit that goal. All right? Next, I will possess. Now, here's the tricky part about it, okay? Some people like to play it small. Some people like to play it safe in the middle. Some people like to go for the home run. But it doesn't matter what you decide to choose, what you decide to put in this blank space. This is what you are going to receive, right? Once I be able to help you channel your energy to get it. So I will possess blank by serving those that can pay me to get the job done of construction services, financial services, healthcare, yoga, whatever you want to put in there, right? You're going to help a lot of people solve their problem for what? For rate, for fee, for profit. Because you're not helping people solve their problems for free, right? Because I heard y'all wise is that a lot of y'all say y'all want to create generational wealth. You want to retire your family, right? You want to do some great things out in the world. Lastly, for the money, I am conditionally committed to giving up blank, but I refuse to sacrifice blank. So for the money, I am unconditionally committed to giving up gossiping, wasting time with your friends, talking about what so and so did on TMZ and all this stuff, right? Binge watching Netflix every single day. I ain't say you got to give it up completely, but geez. I mean, y'all got y'all favorite show y'all watch every day. Come on now, don't lie. Y'all know y'all got it. Y'all got y'all favorite show on y'all got some alarm set.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to unconditionally committed to giving up excuses. You cannot have excuses in GovCon. You cannot have excuses in the business world. It is not fair out here. And for those who've been in business, who have running businesses right now, is it fair? It ain't fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. So you can't sit up here and say, well, they did me wrong because it's not fair, because nobody cares. Right? You got to have a autistic mindset when you are trying to get to the 1% of the population, which is business owners and investors, which is millionaires and multimillionaires. When you get into the 1%, it doesn't matter. It is all fair game. Nobody cares. They'll listen to you while you rant, but that rant is not going to go past 5 minutes. They're going to be like, listen, all right, okay, you got out your system? All right, cool. So what's next? What we going to do next? All right. But I refuse to sacrifice character, right? I refuse to sacrifice family time. I refuse to sacrifice my morals, whatever it is, all right? Got to be careful out here, y'all. I don't know how many times I've been solicited. Now, I know that I'm a very attractive, good-looking person. I get it, I wash my face. I use hot soap and water, right? I run every morning. I don't drink sodas. I try to drink less sugar. I'm just kidding, y'all. But I know that sometime, I can give off a little bit of some good, positive, great energy. And I get a lot of women that are procurement officers, okay, that are contract specialists, and they do entice. Hey, wanna go out to dinner? Do this, da 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 da. And I'm like, listen, I'm married. Thank you, but I'm married. Now I could take the other road and be like, oh, I mean, we talking about a $10 million contract. Why not? No, I'm not willing to sacrifice that, because I don't want my wife looking at me like, why? Why would you hurt me that way? Right. So I'm not willing to sacrifice my character, my morals for my family, all for some measly, $100 million contract. I'll get it another way. All right, everybody got it? So this statement of desire, this will be by your side the whole 4 weeks, and it should be by your side for the rest of your life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I got my book. I got this in my book. I got this in my man bag, excuse me. I got this in my computer bag. I got it in behind the door in my bathroom. So when I'm on the toilet, I get to see all of this, my goals and my statement of desire, right? As soon as I figure out how to put it in the shower without messing it up, it's going to be in there, right? Because I got to remind myself every day. Y'all see that date that y'all put in there? December 31st, 20 whatever, right? You got to put a lot of work into that date. So that way you can hit that goal of the amount of money that you want to possess. Because having money makes your life a whole hell of a lot better. And you can help out other people when you got money. Don't ever tell you that money isn't everything, that money is the root of all evil and all this other stuff. That's what broke-minded people say, right? But if you want to make sure that your family is good for the rest of their lives, you got to make money, period. You got to make money. So we got to help you get there. All right. All right. Any questions on your statement of desire? All right, perfect. So in module 1, this is the foundational module, right? We're going to go over business registration, NACE codes, FEIN, DUNS numbers, System for Award Management, and a few other different things. And you will have some homework. You will have homework. All right, so you will have some homework. You got some stuff you got to do because we got to get this thing rolling. It's 2023, right? And guess what? Solicitations are being dropped every single day. Alicia she'll probably tell you, maybe not her email, but I know my email. I receive at least 100 opportunities a day just in the area that we focus on. So I can only imagine how many opportunities are in construction, how many opportunities are in logistics, how many opportunities, oh shoot, that's not even talking about janitorial service. Good God Almighty. Right? Janitorial services. So restoration, you name it, right? So financial services. I'm working on a contract right now that's worth $15 million, right? And it's like 18 people on it. So it's probably gonna be $20 million because it's optional people on it, right? And all they want is financial services. So the opportunities are out there, right? But we gotta make sure that y'all stuff is ready and set, all right? Who has taken a government contracting course before? All right, sorry, must didn't work out because y'all are here. But here, we're gonna go in depth because I gotta make sure that y'all foundation is set. It's easy to win a government contract. I gotta be honest with y'all, but it's hard to win a government contract. And the reason why it's hard to win a government contract because a lot of people just don't have their SHIT together when it comes to the foundational stuff, right? Because the government don't play because you gotta remember, when we're dealing with the government, we're dealing with what type of money, what type of funding. Come on now, don't be shy. Whose money is being
Federal.
put out there?
The federal.
Taxpayers.
Yes.
That too.
Taxpayers. So when it's taxpayers' money, there's always a regulation attached to it. Each dollar has to be accounted for, all right? Mr. Milo, you have a question?
Oh no, it may be related or not, but I just had a question about. I know we all have our background and specialize in particular niches. Does that mean to say that we're kind of pigeonholed in those particular niches? Meaning that are we able to transition in other arenas in the contracting space?
That's correct. You can do whatever you want. The universe folds and bend to your desire. But if it's a license type of opportunity, it will not bend your way, right? If they're looking for a CPA and you are not a CPA, then you're going to have to partner with a company that's a CPA. If they're looking for a scientist that can, mutate rats to where they got monkey tails on it, then you may not qualify to be able to do that type of work. So you can bend and fold your company how you want to do it. That's why we named the company Black Fox. So that way we can bend and form to whatever the need is, right? That's where we're going to talk about a little bit of how to name your company, right? So that way you don't pigeonhole your company. But there's a lot of companies out there that do a lot of stuff. You ever heard of the company called Deloitte, KPMG? A lot of these, accounting firms that are out there, they're doing IT work. They're doing all type of stuff out there, right? So you can do whatever you want out here in this.
Okay.
All right. All right. So real quick, we're going to conduct a SWOT analysis. Raise your hand if you know what a SWOT analysis is. I told you we got to get your foundation. All right. Come on now. Anybody ever done a SWOT analysis before? Or when was the last time y'all did one? Who did one? Who's done one in the 20th century? All right, well, we're gonna do it again because I want y'all to focus on two things, right? We're gonna list 4 categories, but I want y'all to focus on 2. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I want y'all to focus on 2. Okay, so the first one is your strengths. This is the primary thing that I want you to focus on because your strengths is what you were born with. It is your natural ability and what you can probably do in your sleep, your strengths. Okay? I want y'all to write down your top 10 strengths. Top 10. What are your top 10 strengths? And it can be it can be whatever you want it to be. Top 10 strengths. Are you good at time management? Okay. Are you good at leadership? Are you good at emotional intelligence? Are you good at risk management? Are you good at project management, contract management? Do you have a heart? Can people relate to you? Are you approachable? Because these are the things that's going to help you do what? This is what's going to fuel your soul because you're naturally good at it. Write down your top 10 strengths. Following that, I want y'all to write down your top 10 weaknesses. Now, don't be like that person that be in a job interview and they ask you, name some stuff that you weak at, and you like, I was born perfect. Like, what? Superman was my uncle. Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's nothing wrong with me. Weaknesses are very important. And the reason why I want people to highlight their weaknesses, this is not really about you, but this is about how you build your team as you grow your company.
Shows self-awareness.
Right? This is how you're going to build your team as your company grow. I know I'm weak at money management, so I just don't even deal with it no more. My CFO deals with it. And that's why I married my CFO, so my CFO can't steal from me. Yeah, see what my strength is? Look into the future. Come on now, I know, look at y'all faces. Y'all like, 10? I ain't got 10 weaknesses. Like, 10? No, I want y'all to put down, be open and honest with yourself. What are 10 things that you just be like, I just can't. Mm-mm. Got to make sure you keep this because as you assemble your team, you're going to hire people who are strong at what you're weak at. That's how you build a balancing team. All right. The next thing is called opportunities. Opportunities consist of who you know. Is there somebody that you know that knows somebody that you need to know? Right? Look around you. Do you have a good relationship with some private corporations? What opportunities are around you? Right? How many of y'all that live in Atlanta have been to the city of Atlanta procurement website to look at their current bids? I ain't see no head shake, yes or no. All right. Brittany, I see you. Okay. How many of y'all have seen an office building and you was like, I ain't know the office building was right here, right? Opportunity. What's another opportunity that's right here in front of your eyes right now? Right? You got some strangers that you've never met before that you can network with. Opportunities. So write down 10 opportunities, right, that can help you grow your business. Man, I wish somebody would have sat down with me 4 years ago or 5 years ago and did a SWOT analysis. Jeez. But you know what? I probably wouldn't be here with y'all tonight. I would probably be next to Ross. We'll have matching yachts down in Fort Lauderdale. But I'm supposed to be here with y'all tonight, okay? All right, now, this is big. We got to talk about some threats. What are some threats to your business? Okay. Do you have a unsupportive spouse/partner? Okay. Do you have money? Is that a threat? Do you have financial resources? Do you have children? That can kind of, thin out some of your time to grow your business. All right. Do you have credit established? What are some threats to your business? 10 threats, 10 top 10 threats. All right, who wants to share? I'm just kidding. All right, so I want y'all to make sure that you have this in front of you. How many of y'all are looking at your weaknesses going, whoa, I didn't even know this about myself? Okay, how many of y'all looking at y'all threats like, didn't even know this? Okay. One threat that I want y'all to put on here, this is very much so a threat. I want y'all to put the recession. That's definitely a threat. If you're in GovCon, it's not. But it is a recession. I mean, a recession is going to happen. All right. So I'm gonna pick on one of y'all tonight. Let's see. All right, man, we got to lead from the front. So which one of my men want to raise their hand and volunteer and talk about their top 10 strengths? Just tell me your top 10 strengths. And it can't be anybody with their camera off. Let's see y'all face when y'all.
I'll volunteer myself.
Who said that?
Durante Craig.
Okay. All right, bet.
Not sure if it's 10, but I have, for strengths, I have leadership, relatability, hard work, problem solving, inquisitive, dedication, grit, endurance, and visionary.
Okay, good. Let's say you won a $5 million contract and you hired 4 people. Let's say you hire 8 people to do the work, and 2 days prior, they cancel the contract. What do you do?
Go and find another one.
Okay, but now you got 8 people looking at you going, but you promised us a job.
Right.
You ain't got to answer it. Just think about it.
Okay, I was about to give you an answer, but all right.
Think about it. All right. Let me see one of my other fellas out here. Sergeant Whaley. He's like, nah, I'm out the Marine Corps, bro. You gotta call me that. No, I'm just playing. Mr. Whaley, what are some of your weaknesses?
Empathy, budgeting, IT. Even though I was somewhat in the field of it. And I think I kind of like got stuck on after that. So I only got the 3 that I can really think of the top.
All right, cool. Empathy is good. But would you pay somebody a salary if they were having mental health problems? Would you give them 90 days of free money?
No.
You sure you didn't say you was empathetic? No, that was your weakness. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Something to think about. It's gonna happen. Especially when you start dealing with people. Let's see. Mr. Augustine. What are your opportunities?
I got like three. One is moving to Atlanta. I feel like it's a lot of opportunity just here in the city, how big it is and how many people is here. Two, I'll say for my financial service business is I'm an actual accountant. So I know a lot of things is going on. I'm working on getting my CMA and a few other things. I'm licensed in life insurance and I'm working on my real estate license right now. And then last, it was you guys, like you said, networking, Telegram chat, and some of you guys who are also in the government contracting game now to get whatever you guys can give me.
Awesome. Let's see. Let's switch over now. Let me get the ladies. Let me pick on Michigan State since you want to come. First night, wear a Michigan State shirt. Miss Dixon. You there? Miss Dixon, you there? I think she's trying to act like she's frozen. You know we can see you. Miss Dixon, you okay? All right, we're not gonna pick on Michigan State tonight. See, that's what happens when you got Cricket Wireless. All right, Miss Robinson.
Yep, what you got?
What are your top 10 threats?
I did not list 10 threats, but I did list currently a threat is that I have a single customer for this particular business that I have my certifications in. And then I also listed unmotivated workforce.
Unmotivated? That's really good. Thank you. Ms. Dixon, are you still there? You okay? You with us?
And my internet keeps freezing. My screen keeps freezing. Did you call me?
No, you're okay.
Do you want me to read one or something?
Nope, you're fine. You're okay.
Okay. My screen, it just keeps freezing.
It's okay. We know that you're pretending like you're freezing up. It's okay.
I'm gonna log off and then log back on.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it going. So, all right. So now that we got introductions out the way, we got y'all desire statements, some SWOT analysis. Did y'all learn anything about yourselves? Your SWOT analysis? Okay. How many of y'all have done a goals list slash statement of desire for 2023? All right. Okay. Good. All right. So, did y'all know that the government, the United States government, is the largest, one of the largest businesses on the planet? Did y'all know that? The United States government is the only entity that spends 7.2 plus trillions of dollars, right? 7 plus 2 trillions of dollars. Now, when we look at 7.2 trillions of dollars, right, this is not all government contracting. This is just the government's budget to operate. It is the government to operate, meaning that when you pay your taxes, all that money goes up like a cloud sucking up water and moisture out the air, right? Water goes up, the cloud soaks it all up, and then it collects all that water, right? Once it gets heavy, it does what? It does a downpour, and all that water comes back down, and it is sprinkled and sprayed up on government agencies, programs, you name it, right? That's the world of government contracting. You pay your taxes, money goes up, that budget is divvied up to where the government has an operating budget, and then a percentage of that comes back down to small, medium, and large businesses. This is the wonderful world of government contracting. So from my perspective, it is a way of for the economy to always stay moving, right? How many of y'all live in major cities? Okay. If you go downtown of your major city, what is always happening? No matter what time of the day, what time of night, what's always happening? Things are moving, right? People are on the highways, they're moving. It may slow down in the middle of the night, but there's always movement in an economy. If you live in a medium-sized city, a small town, there is always somebody walking on the street. There's a business open, there's a gas station open, there's a hospital open. Economies are constantly moving. When economy slows down or it comes to a halt, what happens to that economy? It dies, right? People move from that economy and they migrate to other different economies that's moving because that one beautiful thing called money is being circulated, right? That money is being circulated because people need currency and money to do what? Right? Live. You got to pay to live on this beautiful thing that we call Earth. So in government contracting, in 2022, the government spent $7.2 trillion. They spent over $10 trillion during COVID because emergency budgets had to be put in place and a lot of different needs were put in place as well. All right. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a little quick, take y'all back to grade school a little bit. Who's ever heard of the three branches of government? Okay. The three branches of government consist of the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. Okay. Out of these three different branches, who is the proven authority of the government's budget, of how much the government is going to spend on an operational budget for a fiscal year? Who is the proven authority?
Legislative.
There you go, the legislative branch. So the president and his cabinet, right? They come together and they look at, okay, it's kind of like in your household. You're like, hey, we want to go on this trip, right? You want to go on this trip. So they bring together the cabinet, right? So me as a husband, I bring together my wife and I'm like, listen, we need to go on this trip, right? I know what I want, but we also need to do what? We got to set a budget. We got to do a whole bunch of different things in place to make sure that it's good. Now I got to go to my wife to make sure that the budget is approved, how much we have what? How much money we have in our pot in order to invest in this wonderful vacation, right? So the president, if you see, the president doesn't have a lot of authority, does he? Right? The president can want and wish for things, but the president can say, yeah, I want to go on this vacation. We should go on this vacation. But now the president says, it's going to take 10 grand to go on this lavish vacation. I'm going to have first class seats. I'm going to stay at the 5-star hotels. We're going to eat steak and scrimps every night, right? Okay, don't be laughing at my scrimps because I know some of y'all in Louisiana be saying scrimps, don't y'all? So we're going to eat steak and scrimps every night, right? But now I take it, the budget, and I got to go take it to the wife, right? And I'm like, listen, I already itemized the list. We got first class seats. We're going to be in the pods. We going to Dubai. We got the whole thing set aside. You going to have fun. I'm going to have fun. But the wife is looking at me like, yeah, no, this is, we not going to do this. We need to look at this is disapproved. I need for you to cut back on a few different things. You don't need a massage on a 9-hour flight to Dubai. Listen, I gave you the pod, but now you want massages, you want caviar, you want all these different things, right? So now I got to go back and I got to X out a bunch of stuff on my list to be like, okay, all right, she right. I don't need to get $1,000 massage. Who? I don't need to eat caviar. The stuff is disgusting anyway. So let me take that off. So now I come back and I'm like, listen, I cut it down to $6,000. So now the wife is like, cool, we can work within that budget. That's good. You still get what you want. You get your pod. I just can't give you the massage and the caviar and the other different things. I mean, shoot, you wanted 2 people to give you a massage. You wanted 1 person on your neck and 1 person on your feet. Come on, that's just too much, right? This is the family's money. So now I get it approved. So now Congress, the Senate, it goes to the House of Representatives. They raise their hand and say, I approve. Boom. So now I went from a $10 trillion budget to a $6 trillion budget. And now it gets approved. And now I have to take that approval and I have to hand it off. So it goes from, the executive branch, the legislative branch approves it. Now I got to take it to the judicial branch for what? Why am I taking it over to the judicial branch? So it can get stamped and actually pushed into law. So the legislative branch made the law, and now I got to push it over to the judicial branch so that can actually put it into circulation, right? Because now, because we're dealing with public money, it has to go into certain places so that way people can have access to it. Okay? Raise your hand if y'all knew that's how a budget works. Understand that you always got to ask your husband and your wife, okay? 100%. Okay, don't ever go outside of that. But that's how it works, right? The president just can't say, yeah, I need 10 trillion, make it happen, legislative branch. No, they have a proven authority. Matter of fact, the legislative branch has more power over the executive branch than what a lot of people know, right? A lot of these senators, House of Representatives, Congress, they have way more power because they are the proven authority over what the executive branch wants. Not what they need, but what they want. Right? So there are other GovCon players associated with it, right? So you have the Office of Management and Budget, and you have the General Service Administration. The GSA is one of the largest organizations on the world because they deal with a lot of different things, right? They hold the GSA schedules, which is multiple award schedules for goods and services to be solicited, kind of like into a short competition pool of opportunities. But they're also dealing with a lot of different asset management. So when you're looking at government buildings, who you think is over that? General Service Administration. There's furniture. All right, you got a lot of different things at play. And then you have the Office of Management and Budget to where they assist and help the president with establishing the budget for that fiscal year. All right. Now government or government contracting, government is broken down into 2 different categories, right? 2 different categories. One category is civilian and the other category is defense. We're talking about the federal government here, right? So on the civilian side, you got the Department of Homeland Security, you got Department of Environmental Protection, the list goes on and on, and Department of Health and Human Services. These are all categories underneath the civilian sector of categories of government. And then you have defense. You have the Department of Defense. You have the DIA. You have NSA. You have Department of Army. All branches of service that fall within that Department of Defense budget, all right? Which you can see here, national defense is roughly estimated to spend about 14.6% of the $7.2 trillion budget that was in 2022, right? The only reason that Medicare and Social Security are higher than national defense in 2022 is because of what?
COVID-19.
COVID-19, right? Because a lot of different, you had a lot of insurances, a lot of insurance budgets had to go up. Social Security, a lot of people lost their lives. I mean, they're still recovering from COVID-19, which is going to be another probably 3 to 4 years of full recovery because of what happened globally, right? Okay. And you can find this information at usaspending.gov, right? This is a free site, right? Anything that ends in GOV is free. Okay. Now, the one thing that the one regulation or the one book is called the Federal Acquisition Regulation. This is the Bible of government contracting. How many of y'all are familiar with the Federal Acquisition Regulation, AKA the FAR, right? This is where this is going to separate whether you're going to be a 6-figure company or you're going to be a 8-figure plus company. Everything you need to know about how the government thinks and how they function and how they come up with these solicitations and how they do all these things is located in the Federal Acquisition Regulation. This Bible, this book is massive. If you tried to print it, you'll be printing for days, probably months. It is massive. So in the Telegram group chat, I'm gonna drop y'all a link for y'all to be able to put a favorite on the on the Federal Acquisitions Regulation, right? I'm still learning the Federal Acquisitions Regulation today. And it's probably going to take me another 10 years to really digest it fully, right? But there's certain things in the Federal Acquisition Regulation that you must know that's going to 100% keep you in the game, all right? And they're always changing. I mean, these documents are always changing, right? Because what happens? Evolution kicks in, things change, there's new agencies that come up, funding changes, right? So you're going to always see a lot of different amendments when it comes to the Federal Acquisitions Regulation. Now, the DFARS is associated only with the Department of Defense. So you got the Defense Logistics Agency. You have all these different agencies underneath DOD, right, that only follow the Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation. Now, there's other different agencies that have a supplement of the FAR, like the Department of Veteran Affairs. They have a acquisition regulation as well. You got other different agencies that are government agencies. There are non-governmental funded government agencies. Did that make sense? So there are non-governmental organizations that are out there, but that are funded by the government. All right. Have y'all ever heard of a corporation called what are they called? What is the housing? The one Fannie Mae. Have y'all ever heard of Fannie Mae?
Right. Unfortunately.
Right. Yep. So Fannie Mae is what? Fannie Mae is a government corporation. It is a government-owned corporation that is funded by the government. Scratches your head, right? Like, okay, how is that so? Well, I don't make the rules. That's what they did. All right. So for full transparency, right? These regulations, right? These acquisitions regulations, they cover the bulk of how money is supposed to be spent, right? It's all the guidelines. Now, for you all who are interested in doing business on the state level, you're going to come across a few called a COMAR, a GOMAR. It's going to be your state acquisitions regulation. So it don't matter what state you live in, you should do a Google search and figure out and download what is your state acquisitions regulation. I'm telling you right now, you will literally be an 8-figure business if you learn the law. You know why lawyers are so good? You know why lawyers make a lot of money? Oh, because they went to law school and they smart? No, you know why they make a lot of money? They make a lot of money because they know how to research and they know how to regurgitate black and white. You know how many speeding tickets I done got out of? So this is how they get you, right? They want you to buy a sports car, right? They want you to spend a lot of money on a sports car, but they don't want you to be sporty.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I've got on a lot of speeding tickets, right? Because when I went for my MBA, I did take some law classes. So only thing I do is regurgitate black and white every time I get pulled over. And they look at me like, you know what? Yeah, we don't want to be on TMZ today. So like, I know it's all good. But once you understand black and white, you understand the law, you will win contracts faster and better. All right. Okay. So here are some two things that you definitely got to put a star by. Okay. The government, who knows what a contracting officer is? Is the contracting officer your buyer? Let me move that. Is the contracting officer the buyer of your products and services?
No.
Hell, do the contracting officer know what you do? Or
Nope.
do they even know what the contract that they pushing out there? 9 times out of 10, no, right? A contracting officer is the liaison between the buyer and the vendor, right? Write that down because I think a lot of people get confused with this. This is what's going to help y'all win faster, going to help y'all win better, right? When you understand the relationship between buyer, right, and consumer, or producer, buyer and seller, right? So your contracting officer, right, they really don't care what you do. They have been tasked by their agency to facilitate a deal so that way that program is receiving the necessary resources they need to do what? Facilitate their goals and objectives. The program office is your buyer. They are your buyer. They are the ones who are going to use your services. They're going to be your face-to-face contact. They're going to be the ones that you're interacting with it because they are the ones who need your goods and services to accomplish their goals and mission. See, the one thing that y'all have to understand that having a business is not primarily about you. It took me a long time to figure this out. Okay? You can go around and say, I'm CEO of so-and-so, and I'm great, and I'm awesome, and I'm beautiful, and I'm gorgeous, and look at me, and yay, yay, yay. But a business is not about you. How many of y'all got Apple iPhone? Okay. How many of y'all got Androids?
You hear?
Okay. But guess what? It's not about you. They created that device and they have evolved it over years because they have tailored it to you as the consumer, as the customer. You have to do the same thing. You got to have the same mindset when you're out here in your marketing and you're talking to the contracting officer and you talk to the program officer. You have to tailor your core competencies, your services, your products to meet their goals and objectives. They're not going to bring you on because they think that you're cute. They're not going to bring you on because they like your logo. They have a goal and a mission to complete. Right? They have a goals and objectives that they must get done. And they're only going to operate and trust and move forward and award those that they deem responsible and necessary that can help them accomplish their mission. But the one thing that I definitely want y'all to write down and I want y'all to circle it is that you got to make them be the hero. I'm going to say that slow. You got to make them be the hero because guess what they're going to do when they bring you on and you give them a great product or great service? They're going to go to their boss and you know what they're going to say in that meeting? If y'all get this right, I'll cash app y'all. I'll Zelle cash app y'all $25 right now. What do you think they're going to say in a meeting when they're talking to their boss after you delivered a high quality product or service?
Look what I found.
Let's bring them more work.
They're going to say some of those things, but they're initially going to say, look what I did.
That was close enough.
They're going to say, when I worked at FEMA, I saw it. I'll be in meetings, contractors come in, they bust their butts, they do this, and they be in the meeting, whoever the program manager is, they be like, yep. So I did so and so and so and so. I did this. I was able, and I'm looking at them like, no, you didn't. But that's what they hired you for. They hired you because they had a need. They couldn't do it. You supplemented that gap. You came in. You did your greatest job ever. You communicated. You gave them a quality product. And they got in that meeting. They told their boss, look what I did. Because it's all about, if you make your customer look like the hero, what do you think they're going to do next? What's that, Brittany?
Get you more work.
They're gonna bring you more work.
You make them, I'm telling you, this is the super sauce, right? You make them look the greatest to their bosses, you will eat forever. It don't matter if somebody comes in and try to compete with you, they're gonna still pick you because you developed a great relationship with them. You are what? You are dependable to them. You make them look good. They don't have no worries. They getting promoted. I mean, shoot. How many of y'all know of intimate relationships like that? This is all emotional intelligence, y'all. All emotional intelligence. So that's why it's important to, when we, present our proposals, we got to deliver, because the ones that deliver, the Deloittes, the KPMGs, the SAICs, all these major janitorial companies, cybersecurity companies, they're still feasting and eating because they have a trusted brand. All right. So understand your relationship building and networking should never be primarily with the contracting office. It should be primarily with the program office, because they are who? They are your true buyer. That's who you primarily need to network with. It's the program office. And that's on federal level, that's on state, that's on local, and that's on quasi-government levels. All right. So a little recoup. What was the fiscal year 2022 federal budget? Was it 300K? About 300K. All right. 7.2 trillion, 2.9, 700 million.
7.2 trillion.
7.2.
What would y'all do? What would y'all do if y'all had $7.2 trillion?
Retire.
Just get 1%.
I wouldn't be here right now.
Invest.
Some of y'all will be walking around talking about I'm trying to get me an eagle sandwich. Y'all be losing y'all minds out here. Talking about what y'all eat for Thanksgiving. Oh, we just ordered a bald eagle.
Fried eagle.
The government consists of what two agencies? Not agencies, but what two categories? Defense and education, Medicare and disability, civil and finance, civil defense. What two categories?
See?
Civil and defense.
Okay. Who has the deeper pockets?
Defense.
Defense.
What are the three branches of government? Police and legislative military, executive military and government, executive, legislative, and judicial. Hey, y'all smart. What are the two main federal government regulations? 803. OPM? Who said
D as in dog.
D, yeah.
All right. D as in Delta. Y'all sure it's not the Comar? All right.
That's only two.
All right, so y'all need a 10-minute break?
I don't.
I don't either.
Y'all want to keep rolling?
I'm good.
Let's just keep.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Y'all act like y'all got somewhere to go on Thursday night. All right.
Let's go.
All right, perfect. So this is one thing that I 100% had to incorporate into Ultimate GovCon Blueprint. Sometime I get on social media and I try not to. So I'm a person on social media that posts and I throw it. Y'all know what that means? So I only do social media for the most part. If I'm not out and about, I do it on my tablet. I will post and I throw my tablet. Y'all know why I do that?
You don't want to see the reactions?
No, you it's a black hole. You'll get sucked up into it all day. Y'all ever just be on IG and next thing you know, you like, damn, 30 minutes of my life is gone.
Absolutely.
And I learned nothing. I just saw a whole bunch of people doing dances and stuff that other people were doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa. So now I kind of post and I go. Or I may take an hour to create reels and I forget to post the reels and whatever. So I post and go. That's why I was amazed when you said I responded in the DM. I was sitting on my couch having a drink and was like, you know what? My tablet must have been by me. So I was being nice. So no, but I hear on social media a lot that people talk about go get your LLC. Y'all hear people say that a lot too? Go get your LLC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do they ever give context of why you need to go get your LLC? They just say go get your LLC because you get your LLC, you can put your kids in it, you go get some business credit, you can do all this stuff, and you could be a millionaire in 36 hours, all because you got an LLC. That's why true mentors will tell you first to go seek legal advice to understand what business structure that you fall into, right? So there are multiple business structures that you can fall into, okay? You have a sole proprietorship, right? Some of y'all may not want to grow a big business. Some of y'all like, listen, I don't want to deal with a headache of having all these employees, right? Because I will tell y'all this, somebody who has employees in their company, right? It can, become a headache from time to time, okay? So some of y'all are like, no, I don't want a big company, all right? So you may want to operate as an independent contractor, but you're not ready to take that leap to become a limited liability company yet. So you say, okay, you still can get paid as a sole proprietor. So if you've ever worked at a government facility and you've seen people come in and they may, do a little bit of work, they may cut the grass or whatever. Some of them don't have established business structures, but they're still getting government money because they're just operating as a sole proprietor, right? You have LLPs, which is a limited liability partnership. How many of y'all have partners in your company? Okay, some of y'all like, nah, I'm good. I don't need no partner. I'm gonna ride this ship by myself. Nobody gonna take half of my ship. So sometime, if you got multiple partners, which I would recommend, if you can find some people that you truly 1000% can trust, I would say partner up, because if you can divide and conquer, you can accelerate extremely fast. What is the percentage of Amazon does Jeff Bezos own? Anybody know? As of to date, I know he founded and started the company, but as of right now, when he retired, what is the percentage that he owns of Amazon?
I don't know. I'll take a guess.
Probably down to 1%.
38%? That's a guess.
Okay, 38%. Who else? Who else want to throw a number out there?
I say 51.
51%? Okay. Who else?
Say 10%.
Ooh.
49.
Yeah, right
10 or 12%.
Jeff Bezos owns 17% of Amazon. and he's still a multi-billionaire.
Mm.
Over the years, he has sold shares, brought in partners, a lot of people you probably don't even know. And they don't even care to disclose because we already know the top 5% of the population are business owners and investors. And investors, a lot of billionaires out there that you don't even know exist. So he only owns 17%. Elon Musk owns 30-something% of Tesla, which you know he didn't found Tesla, he stole Tesla. But he only owns about 30-some% of Tesla, right? He does own Twitter now outright. But think about that. These are multi-high billionaires on a scale that we probably will never see, right? Because we want to do things by ourselves. Who's understand that in order for you to get to the mountaintop faster and at a larger scale, you got to partner. You got to do a lot of partnering, some acquisitions, some mergers. And that's why I created the partnership program. Hold on one second. All righty. So that's why it's good to have partners to be able to have a common goal to go after if you want to retire faster. All right. Then you have a C Corp, B Corp, S Corp, and a corporate nonprofit. Right. And we're going to get a little bit more about C Corps, B Corps, and S Corps when we talk about business accounting in week 4. So, who've ever heard of a company called MITRE? Okay. There are a handful, there's probably an ocean full of corporate nonprofits. These are organizations who are structured as nonprofits, but they are winning multiple millions of government contracts. There's a company called MITRE. They do a lot of business with Department of Health and Human Services, but they are a nonprofit. I want to say MITRE is worth about $400 or $500 million a year in government contracts. But at the end of the year, you can't turn a profit. So where you think that money's going?
Contractors.
High salaries, contractors, bonuses, right? Because as a nonprofit, which honestly, not too bad. It's pretty smart because you can get a lot of government grants out there that can help you grow your business. But you can become a corporate nonprofit and still win government contracts. Did y'all know that? How many of y'all would take that route if you know you can win $100 million in government contracts and at the end of the year zero that thing out by putting a bit of little bit of cushion on your salary? All right. So now that you've kind of got a glimpse of what are some of the corporate legal structures that you can do, now it's time to talk about your business names, right? How many of y'all got some crazy business names out there? None of y'all? Nobody got Do the Damn Thing LLC? Listen, I've seen some crazy names where I was like, wow, they really did that. And I don't like using the G word, but Marshonda, you keep telling me to turn my volume up. Can y'all hear me clearly?
You sound good.
Sometimes it cuts in
I
and
sound
out.
good. This is
I can hear you.
this is an expensive mic over here. See, that's what happens
Well, when you talk loud, I can hear you like you are now. You're talking loud.
That's what happens when you a
I'm
Spartan
struggling
fan.
to hear.
That's what happens when you from Michigan State Spartan fan. I'm just saying. See, I told y'all.
Speaking of which, Fox, quick question. Are these, oh, of course, yeah. You answered my question. It's recorded so we can go back and replay it.
Yep, it'll get dropped. It's going to get dropped in the
Okay.
community. Hopefully everybody has enrolled into the community. All right. So yeah, you want to make sure, especially in the government space, right? Because people are going to see your solicitation, your proposal. They're going to look your information up. You want to make sure that you have a professional name, right? There are a lot of companies out there who kind of pigeonhole themselves, but it doesn't stop them from winning government contracts, right? Because the government really doesn't care, that your name is so-and-so IT. They just want to make sure that you can do the work, that you can deliver like you say you do. But nowadays, you want to make sure that, if you're starting a company, that you got to have a professional name, right? And just make it simple, at least a maximum, 3 syllables. You don't want something to where it's like, Cox Communications Information Technology Support Services Company. Whoa, that's a lot, right? That's too much, right? Dominate. I like that name. Dominate. Y'all hear it? Dominate, right? 3 syllables, right? You got Meta, you got Amazon, right? You got a lot of different organizations that are out there to where they have simple names, Maverick Tech, technology, right? You want to make sure that you have a professional name that's catchy and it's easy to pronounce, but you do not want to make sure that you have a company where the name is offensive, right? It's offensive to men, offensive to women, offensive to the LGBTQ LMNOP community. It's offensive to the Jewish community. It's offensive to all these different communities that are out there, right? So you always want to make sure you got a professional name. Then the next step is that you want to make sure that you register your business, and that's how you're going to be able to protect your name. And then if you want to trademark your logo and name, then you can take that a step further as well. Once you got that established, then it's time to get you a professional domain. How many of y'all are still operating off a Gmail account?
I'm in Google Suite, but not Gmail.
Yeah, platform is okay, but right, if you plan to do business with the government and you plan to go after multiple high 6-figure, 7-figure contracts, you shall not be responding to any opportunity with a Gmail account. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't win government contracts, because there are a lot of contracts that are out there on a lower scale that they don't care if you got a Gmail account, right? If it's $5,000, they just want to make sure that you can deliver on that contract, right? Now, let's get into the NAICS codes. How many of y'all know your NAICS codes?
Yeah, I know mine.
That's one.
Yep, I know mine.
Okay, so let's take a little journey off of NAICS codes. And I think y'all know all y'all NAICS codes, but you're probably missing a few. What do y'all think? Y'all think y'all missing a few NAICS codes out there? Especially if you are in construction. How many NAICS codes are associated with the construction industry? No? Nobody knows? Is it just me? Can y'all hear me? Mic check.
Yep, I can hear you.
How many NAICS codes are associated with the construction industry?
I don't know.
You got tons. So let's say you're in the construction industry, right? And you only utilize the construction NAICS codes, I believe, are they in the 300s? 200. Okay, so I'm about to blow your mind a little bit, right? So if you're in the construction industry, right, and let's say you do general construction, okay, so we know that you're going to fall within that 236, 116. Let me see if I can find general construction. Can y'all see the screen? Where it says North American Industry Classification System, the Census Bureau. Can y'all see the screen? Can y'all see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Well, there's a lot.
All right, so construction management, right? So we got commercial, we got residential, so you're gonna fall within that 236.115, 236.116, right? So you probably already have that NAICS if you're in the construction industry. What else falls underneath construction? Come on, Mr. Whaley. Come on, Mr. Milo. What falls underneath construction?
Restoration.
Logistics.
Okay, so we got
Yeah,
restoration.
restoration, logistics.
Okay, so you already got one. So we got fire and flood restoration, right? 236.118.
Yeah.
All right, we got 236.220. Okay, that's one. And where did it happen at? In the facilities, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got facilities management, and there's a difference between 541513 facilities and base facilities. All right, so 541513 is talking about information technology systems when they talk about facilities management. So that's when you're talking about your data warehousing systems and et cetera. But for here, you have your base facilities operation support systems 561210. Excuse me. Okay, that's one. There is another one that falls underneath it too, and that's going to be the infamous janitorial services, NAICS. So you got 561720. All right. So I just gave you 6 NAICS codes. Did you know all these NAICS codes? Do you already have all these NAICS codes listed underneath your organization? And there's more.
No, sir.
Right? So it's always best to use this free tool to be able to locate all the NAICS codes that are within the type of work that you do, right? We got a lot of people there in healthcare. Okay. So look at that. Is there a NAICS code that aligns with the word healthcare?
No.
Okay. So we got to get a little bit specific, right? So let's type in nurse. Ooh, look at that. All right. Is it going to be a nursery furniture? Or do we need to start looking at that 621399, right? We got advanced practitioner registered nurses. All right. We got nurse practitioners. Right. Then we got what is it called? 621. If you're in the healthcare space, you got physicians. Okay. You're going to have chiropractors, mental health. So all y'all that are in healthcare support services, healthcare staffing, you need to understand that a lot of these NAICS codes are going to fall within the type of services that you provide. Okay. Mr. Augustine, like you falling asleep. So let's see where you fall in at, right? Since you say you're in accounting. And it's sad that I know all this stuff like the back of my hand. Oh, wrong one. So you're going to fall within that. Oh, wrong one too. Hold up. You're going to, did you know that you fall within the NAICS code 541211? Office of Certified Public Accountants. Okay, so this is where you're going to see your CPAs, your auditors, right? Okay, and then there's other associated NAICS codes here. So you got 541219, right, called other accounting services, so bookkeepers. You're doing medical coding, right, accounting services. Okay, you got tax preparation, tax return preparation services, 541213. And everybody should have this NAICS code. I don't care what business you're in or what industry you're in. Everybody should have this NAICS code 541611, which is Administrative Management and General Management Consulting Services, right? This is where a lot of your full-time employees may end up being because they may be an administrative clerk, a technician, right? They may do these type of services, but also you want to make sure that you have 5611110, right? Because you got executive management services, managing of offices, office management, office administrative services. Okay. Now, while I'm here, does anybody have a request for me to search some NAICS codes for their organization?
Yeah, I got a question. The difference in transportation and logistics. When I look them up, it's a lot of different ones for each, and I just kind of was always wondering, like, what's the difference in between the two?
So transportation is the actual movement of something, right? You're either moving people, you're moving things, you're moving animals, you're moving aliens. I don't know, but you are moving something, furniture, right? You're moving it from point A to point B, right? That's part of transportation. And that can be on the different levels of transportation. You got road, you got air, you got sea, right? You got a donkey. I don't know, but it's getting moved somewhere, right? When it comes to transportation. Logistics is the processing of getting those materials and things onto the transportation platform, taking it off of the transportation platforms to be able to get them into what? Circulation, a warehouse, or whatever.
Okay.
So that's why Mrs. Robinson, she has a hybrid approach because she actually is moving the goods and she's helping offload them and give them to their respective person, which is the logistical part, because logistics is all about coordination. You got the coordination piece of it all, because somebody has a request that needs to be fulfilled in whatever space that they're in.
Well, I've clearly pigeonholed myself.
So you can have both. I always tell people, if you're in the transportation space, make sure that you have both NAICS codes within transportation and logistics.
Okay.
But always have that 541611. Because here's the thing, here's how you can make a lot of money in government contracting, right? Because there's a lot of positions to where they need logistics technicians, they need logistics people in seats in front of computers or in warehousing, and they have to process. So a contract may say it's a logistics contract, and it may say we need 20 bodies to be able to do a process. Y'all been in warehouses before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's working in warehouses? People or robots?
Shit, both now.
Oh, people. Robots are there, but you have people who are working the robots.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Listen, y'all gotta understand this. Robots will never replace people. Robots will make things better, but they will never replace people because robots can't pay taxes. Let me say that again. People will never be replaced. They're only going to make it more efficient. but people will never be replaced because robots can't pay tax. And if people don't have jobs, and if people are sitting at home and they can't pay their bills, what happens to an economy?
Goes down.
What increases when people are at home with no jobs and they got to feed their families?
Crime.
Crime, right? Because people are hopeless, depressed, and they got to feed their family, so they're going to rob from you to make, so the system knows that, yeah, we can implement robots to make things better, but we can't replace people because who the hell is going to pay taxes, for our $1 trillion budget that we must have, all right? Okay. Any other questions about NAICS codes? All right. So now you've identified your respective NAICS codes, right, for your respective businesses. Now it's time for you to go get a federal employee identification number if you plan to become a LLC, LLP, S Corp, B Corp, C Corp, or a corporate nonprofit, right? Everybody understand this process. This is easy, right? The only caveat that I would tell you when you are going to obtain a federal employee identification number, make sure that you select that you are a consulting firm, right? If you select that you are a real estate agent or a construction company, all these other stuff, it's going to hurt you and hinder you when it comes to receiving certain financial instruments because the real estate industry is a what? High risk industry, construction, high risk, right? So you always want to put either other, or if they have consulting on there, place consulting or select consulting. Right? It's going to help you out. So that way, because when you go out for a loan or you go out for a line of credit, right? What they always ask you, right? For your FEIN number. And that FEIN number is going to report what industry you're in. And you would rather tell them that you are a consulting firm, right? Because there's low risk as a consultant.
Hey, Fox, I had a quick question on that. Are you able to change that? Is there any way to modify that? I have one, but I think I did because I'm in the real estate space, so I think I may have done that.
Well, if it's in one company and you don't plan to do any government contracting with that company, then you're fine. All right, but if you plan to for us right now, right? So we have we're going after a $40 million contract. So in preparation, I need a $500,000 line of credit. Right. So the first thing they asked when we submitted the documents today was, what type of firm do you have? Oh, you're a consulting firm. Check. I've met with bankers before and talked to a bunch of people, and they'll tell you right now, no, we do not like when a company is saying that they're a real estate company because this is high risk for them, right? So you want to make sure that you select consulting. All right. Now, the other thing that y'all probably seen on social media and all these different platforms, and this is why I would never tell people that I'm a guru or I'm a subject matter expert. I'm none of these things. I like to tell people that I'm a practitioner because I'm knee deep in the government contract. The DUNS number is not gone. Did y'all hear that? Have y'all heard that through channels that, oh, you don't need to get a DUNS number anymore? No. People need to stop. The federal government you do not need a DUNS number to do business with the federal government, right? They have replaced Dun & Bradstreet with the unique entity identification number because Dun & Bradstreet was cost them a lot of money per year to be able to have this partnership. So they got rid of the DUNS number completely. But that doesn't mean that state, local, and quasi-government doesn't require that you have a DUNS number, right? So this is why it's free. This is why it's still important if you plan to do business with state and local and quasi-government agencies that you still obtain your DUNS number. It is a very simple and easy process to obtain one. Plus, you need to understand as a business owner, what is your business credit rating? Has anybody seen their business credit rating before? Do y'all even understand what the scale is? So as you get bigger in business, right? It's not one of those things to where it's like when you get a job. You get a job and you want to go buy a house. Okay. The more money you make, the more things you want to acquire. The same thing with your business, right? As your business grow, you're going to need financial assistance and instruments that can help your business grow. Lines of credit, loans, right? All these different things. So they're going to look at your business rating score, which falls within 1 to 100. So the higher the number is, the better that your business credit rating score is, right? On your business credit file. Some agencies on the state level, they are going to ask you for your DUNS number, or they're going to ask you for your credit rating file, right? Depends on the opportunity. I saw something about 3 months ago to where we had to submit our business credit on there, right? And it was associated with the DUNS number. Okay, so you still need a DUNS number in order to do business with certain state and local government agencies. Okay, now let's talk about the evil, right? How many of y'all say that Systems for Award Management is evil? They want to prove me. They got me on red, all these different things, right? How many of y'all have had issues with registering for the Systems for Award Management? The Systems for Award Management is SAM.gov, is a very interesting new platform. It used to be called FBO.gov, but now they switched over to, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the solicitation processing part. But SAM.gov, the platform has gotten better. They've improved on it. But there's certain different things that you must do in order to have a successful registration, right? Number one, when you register for the Systems for Award Management, and we're definitely going to go there here shortly, you want to make sure that when you're filling in the part that says taxpayer name, that is the official name of your business, not you as an individual. Because what it's going to do is that system is linked with the IRS. So once you hit submit, it's going to go over to the IRS and it's going to search their database to make sure that you are you have a federal employee identification number per the name on your documents. So if your company is Big and Bad LLC, in that taxpayer slot, name slot, you need to put Big and Bad LLC. If you are Big and Bad, comma, LLC, you need to put exactly what it says on your document, Big and Bad, comma, LLC. If it is not exactly how it's supposed to be, it will kick you out. It will tell you that there's an error or there's no match in the system. The second piece, right, when you want to have a successful registration is you have to list a physical address. You have a home-based business, you need to put your home-based business address in that system. If you have a physical office space, you need to put that physical office space address in it. If you have a virtual address, it will not accept a virtual address. The reason being because you get in trouble, they got to send a cop somewhere. I'm just kidding. Just joking. No, they want to make sure that if they're sending you documents or information that you have a physical address. There's nothing wrong with you listing your home address. There are a lot of people who have home addresses who are making over $20+ million a year. My mentor is one. My mentor has 125 employees, and him and his wife work right out their kitchen. You're talking about low overhead. Okay. right? So there's nothing wrong with listing it, right? If you want to have a successful Civil 4 Ward management address. Yes, Ms. Carter.
Yes, I have a question about the address. So when you say virtual, is that including UPS store boxes?
That is correct. No
Can't use those either?
No PO boxes, no store boxes. You got to have they must be able to physically walk to your address to where you're physically working from.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
This is where lots of people do not have successful Civil 4 Ward management registrations because they're trying to put a virtual address. They're trying to put PO boxes. The government's like, no. Because you're dealing with what? Again,
Taxpayers' money.
exactly. You're dealing with taxpayers' dollars. Every dollar has to be accounted for. All right? Cool. Y'all want to take a little gander through the System 4 Ward management?
I had something to add to that too. From experience, when you guys are adding your address, make sure that you're putting the suite number there too. If you live in a apartment or a condo or anything like that, some people try to avoid putting their exact apartment number, but you'll get rejected if you don't put that exact apartment number as well. Sounds like common sense, but trust me, I know people who have had their SAM registration kicked out or held because of that. That's all.
All right. Share my screen. Yeah, you're right. Got to make sure you put all that pertinent information in there. Okay. So this is my System 4 Ward management for my company, Black Fox. Can y'all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so you
sir.
see that we're active in the system, right? It's going to give you all the pertinent information, right? Here's our physical business address, right? We actually have a physical office space. Now, even though the company is 100% remote now, right? We used to be in, oh man, I think Ross, y'all are over there too. Was that Columbia Park?
Yeah, we used to go there. Yeah, Columbia
Columbia Gateway.
Columbia Gateway.
Yeah.
We used to be where you are now too.
Really? Okay, yeah. So that's where we're at now because it's in a hub zone now.
Yeah.
But we used to be in Columbia Gateway. We used to have this beautiful office, y'all. I could see the highway. We were on the top floor. We had glass. It was beautiful. And then COVID was like, F your couch. Y'all get out. Y'all go home. And I was like, you know what? This at home stuff is good. And then Alicia, you still there? And then we would just work from the high-rise apartment and got the same feeling. But yeah, those days are gone now, y'all. Nobody wants to go into the office space.
Yeah.
Who miss
Some nice offices over there.
some of y'all extroverts? Y'all miss going to the office space?
Heck no.
You must not be an extrovert because I know the extroverts are suffering right now. They're like, I gotta talk to people. I gotta bother people at work. Introverts are having the time of their lives, y'all. Y'all know that? Introverts, I love working from home. They're like, I ain't like y'all anyway. I want to talk to y'all. Y'all bothering me. I'm trying to do my work. Y'all want to go around and, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Talk about work wives and all this stuff. Right. So yeah, people suffering now. Now you got to talk to your work wife and your work husband on Microsoft Teams. Right. So here's my System 4 Ward management. You can see Black Fox LLC. Right. So we're here. Our stuff is up to date. We are good to go. It's a very simple system now, right? Very simple. But here, right, is where you're going to be able to pull some documents, right? I want y'all to write this down. You're going to be asked for your reps and certs when you're going after opportunities and it has listed in it solicitations. They're going to ask for you to fill out your reps and certs in the solicitation. But a cheat code is that you can actually download your reps and certs from the system and you can attach it, which is already done. So I just saved y'all 30 minutes of filling out documentation. Okay, so let me go back, because I know some of y'all lost a little bit. So we're gonna go to, right, so you see I'm in my workspace, right? It says, here's the company's name, UEI, right, cage code. This is when our registration expires. So probably around July, I'm gonna kick this thing off again, so that way we don't run into any issues, right? You go to view record. I'm sorry, let me slow down a little bit. So if you go to see where you're in your workspace, there's 3 little dots over here, right? You're gonna click on here, it's like your settings, your actions, and you're gonna click view record. Okay. It's gonna give you all the information, right? When you was active, cage code, right? Financial information, taxpayer information, all this information is in here, okay? Okay. On here, we're gonna click on reps and certs. Okay. Your reps and certs is all the federal acquisition regulation information that you click yes or no to, right? All the provisions that are in here, right? Taxpayer information. I mean, there's like human trafficking stuff in here. It's pretty robust and a little bit scary and crazy a little bit. Trade agreements. Are you trading with Iran and all these crazy different things, right? So that's why you need to read all those questions when you're doing your System 4 award management. Okay, you can see my government name is right here. I attest, but we're going to download this record. Okay, so we can see where it says download record right there. Okay, we can download just the FAR information or the DFARS information. Okay, so we're going to do DFARS, and it's going to ask you how do you want to download it. It only gives you one option. You're going to hit PDF, right? You can name it reps and certs. Okay, and you're just going to click download. So now you can take this download and you can attach it to your proposal, your response, or you can, email it as an additional document. But you see it's 52 pages of the information. But on your solicitation, there are certain places in here where it's going to ask you to fill in information, right? So here, where is it at? It's like like right here, right? So the offer represent it is not a corporation that has unpaid federal taxes, right? So in a solicitation, this stuff is going to be blank. But if you download your reps and certs, it's already done for you, right? See how this already in? That offers, like you've clicked all this different stuff right here, okay? So now all you got to do is just attach the documents, and I just saved y'all 30 minutes of agonizing pain into going through all this information and doing it by hand. Right?
Thank you.
Round of applause. I'm just kidding. All right. So that is System 4 award management. Very simple and easy. So easy. People have a hardest time doing it. All right. So we got a little bit of work to do tonight and some homework. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Are you ready? All right, cool. So the first thing, okay, wait a minute before we get into this. Any questions? Uh-oh, somebody breathe a little bit.
I was gonna ask, should we already be registered, or is that the next step?
Registered as in
With Sam.
Say it again.
With
It depends. It depends. Do you want to do work with the federal government?
Absolutely. I just been having the hardest time getting registered. I fell for the virtual address thing, and that took about 3 months to get squared away, and now I've submitted my my application, but I'm still waiting on them to get back with me. So
Right. So you have to check your emails too, because they will send you an email with some additional questions when it comes to your address. Because did you upload your copy of your lease agreement?
negative.
So one thing that you can do on sam.gov now is that when you're registering for the first time, and you may have to go in there and just delete it and start all over, but it should take no more than 4 or 5 days. Okay. The documents you need to have ready is just have your, articles of incorporation or whatever it is, article of organization, business license, if you got to have one in whatever state or jurisdiction that you live in, copy of your lease agreement, and I think that is it. All right. You can upload those documents to your sam.gov portal when you're going through the registration process for the first time, right? Once you hit submit, it's going to go through all the different protocols and channels. And then from there, they may send you an email with additional questions. It's always good to check your junk and your spam, because I don't know where that email is going to go on you all's end, but you got to make sure that you respond to those questions in whatever designated time frame that they tell you to. And they're very simple. So what I do, I'll get those questions. I literally copy and paste the email, paste it to a new email, delete all the extra stuff that I don't need, and I'll read the question. And there are a lot of them are yes or no questions. It'll say, is this phone number a good phone number? Yes. Or it may say, can you confirm your phone number? Phone number confirmed. Can you confirm your email address? It has it. Email confirmed. Is your business associated or affiliated with a list of these companies? No. Right? It will act, and that is, they are that simple. Right? It's that simple. I don't know if a AI tech is reading it or people are reading it, but it's a very simple process now.
Okay. Last email I got from them was on the 21st of December saying that my TIN was a match and the validation was successful. And then they would be getting back with me on the next step, but I haven't heard anything.
Oh yeah, they sent you down on 21st. They just not getting back from vacation. I'm pretty sure they got 200,000 plus SAM registration applications.
Okay.
When government go on vacation, they go on vacation.
Oh, they break, huh?
Okay. All right. What other questions y'all have?
Wait, I have a questions. When you don't have a niche to choose your next code, which one do you choose? Are you just because if you if you want to sell products like for the beginning, like which one are you choosing? Because when I went to the same site that you were showing earlier, it was so many of them, and I didn't want it to make it specific. So which one are you choosing to put on your SAM registration?
Honestly, I say first, before you determine your niche, you probably need to write it down what you want to do first, because it's going to help you faster understand what NAICS codes that you need for your business.
Okay.
You got to do that first. It's kind of like, you got to figure out what you want to do first. And then when you do your NAICS search to figure out what NAICS you want to register with, it just makes it easier because you already got them listed down.
Okay. Thank you.
Take some time and just research, what you want to do. Now, don't matter where you throw, which direction you go with the government, they buy everything. They even buy people. And I'm saying that in a nice way because I saw the other day that the government was looking to buy a Catholic priest.
Yeah.
Buy the professional services, y'all. But I said, wow, Catholic priest, interesting. And the budget was $400,000 for 1 year.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Come on, this is Q&A for the
I have a
next
question.
5 minutes until we go to the practice. Yes, Ms. Brooks.
When I received my initial email. When I signed up, there was a button to click on to go to all of these different sites, but I couldn't get in. Was that because you can't just go without a business number?
You couldn't sign in?
Yeah, I couldn't sign in to see the contracts or anything like that.
Well, no, you can, I mean, and we're gonna do that, I think next week, we're gonna go through looking for opportunities in sam.gov. But no, you can openly search for opportunities without a sign in. I do recommend that you do create, you can create a sign in on sam.gov.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Come on now, I know y'all listen, there's a lot of money out here, y'all. Y'all better have some questions. 3 minutes of questions. What y'all got? Y'all up here like, just show me the money. Just what a free contract's at. Can we just skip all weeks and just do that?
I have a question. I was trying to create my capability statement, but when you haven't really done any work, it's kind of hard to do so. So is there any like guidance out there for new businesses in creating like capability statements or executive summaries and stuff like that?
You are so lucky. So actually tonight, I am going to do a video on how to create a great capability statement. I'm gonna drop it on my YouTube channel. So that is actually coming. I'm dropping it on the YouTube channel, and then I'll drop the link in the GovCon Blueprint community. Some of y'all who are already in the GovCon Blueprint community already, you've probably seen that a lot has been built over the past week, which is outstanding and great. Now it's time to start dumping a lot of resources in there, like capability statement, examples, briefings, wrap rate calculators, all the information that you paid members will have access to.
Quick question. Where can I access that community? I might have missed that email or outreach on that.
Let me see. Durante, what is your email address?
DuranteCraig@gmail.com.
Okay, I'm trying to see.
I actually was going through my email to see if I missed it as well. I hadn't seen anything regarding it.
Darius, let me see. I think some of y'all are in GovCon Blueprint, but you're not an ultimate GovCon Blueprint.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're an ultimate GovCon Blueprint, it got dropped into the Telegram group chat for the invite for that. If you're just in GovCon Blueprint, you are going to receive an email to be invited into the community. I'm excited, y'all. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited for the community because now we get to really coordinate and collaborate on opportunities for people who are in ultimate GovCon. For people who are in GovCon Blueprint, once you register and sign in, you'll have access to certain resources. Now, if you want to go the ultimate GovCon Blueprint route to get access to everything, then you will have the opportunity to upgrade to be able to come into that. Because we only do business with people who are in ultimate GovCon Blueprint, right? So I think, Stefan, you're here. Did he disappear? I think he's gone. But Alicia would tell you, so we drop a lot of opportunities in Ultimate GovCon Blueprint when we're looking for partners on opportunities. I think Don, you're in there too. Yep, Don, Ross. Yeah, always looking for partners. So if you did not get that email, that means that you are not in Ultimate GovCon Blueprint, but we'll definitely make sure that you do get the right information, the communication to you, so that way you can be able to come into the community. Because we got an event that's coming up end of this month. in Atlanta for everybody who's in the Atlanta area. So we're just gonna do a small little networking event. That way we can come together. I may bring some people from CDC to come. That way you can see some contracting officers, some program managers, and be able to talk to them. All right. One last question. Dang. I must be bad because I be asking my mentor.
I have a question.
I be making my mentors' ears bleed. All right, what you got?
So if I guess it's sort of like Soda just asked, if you have more than one business that you would like to apply for government contracts for, I guess from your answer, my understanding is just start off with one. And then I was thinking, like, should you go in as a consultant, or should you, like, how do you navigate that?
Well, we're gonna talk about that next week on how to navigate to do it. So today was just foundational stuff to make sure that y'all understood the firm foundation of business. Now, I will say this though, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, right? It's all about the opportunity. So let's say that there's a contract for janitorial services and there's another contract for IT management, right? If you got multiple companies that can do the work, then go after those opportunities, right? It's all about the opportunity. If you are just trying to get your feet wet, then yeah, the power of one is always the thing, right? Always start off with focusing on one entity and one opportunity, so that way you can kind of snowball and build momentum to be able to build up your company. I like to use the Elon Musk approach to where I can focus on 3 things at one time. So my company, Wade Inc., we're about to start doing a Wi-Fi reinstallation project that we're working on here in the state of Georgia. Then we got Moon Advisory, looking at stuff at the IRS. We got Black Fox, we're doing stuff with DOD and Department of Health and Human Services. I mean, it's all about the opportunity. So if you can manage to be able to go after multiple things, right? Because you just got that bandwidth like that, then who am I to tell you to only just focus on one when you can do it? But if you can't, and you just saying, listen, I just want to just win my first contract, I say find a target, right? Keep your finger on the trigger, keep your eyes, aiming on that one target and start attacking.
So if you have,
No, I was just gonna say I wanted to do vending and janitorial, and I wasn't sure which way.
But now let me ask you a question. If you can do janitorial and vending for the same agency, is that manageable? Right? Because you're going to probably be dealing with one procurement officer. Okay, because if they're in charge of the facility, they're going to be in charge of the vending machines. They're going to be in charge of the upkeep, right? Interior, exterior. So once again, you got to do what? Develop a great relationship and help that program manager or program office solve their problem, have them looking good. So sometimes it's better to do this. Get in the door with one, and now you get to show them your catalog of services that you can provide. Hey, I noticed that you don't have any vending machines in here. We can bring some vending machines in here. I helped a kid in Maryland, right? He has 7 vending machines, and they're all around the Maryland Department of Transportation. I helped him get into MDOT, SHA, MDTA. He's only 21 now. He's 21. He has 7 vending machines right now. But here's the cool thing, what we worked out. Because he's an MBE, he doesn't get charged a fee for having his vending machines on site. Because what is it to have a vending machine on site? 15%, 20%, what they take?
I don't know, but they take something.
It depends, but
Typically.
usually like 10%.
10%, so they're gonna get something. So imagine you're MBE and you work it out, DBE, and they just say, screw it, just have it. You're helping us solve a problem because people want their donuts. But the one thing he did do is that I think 6 of them all have healthy snacks in them. He did a survey and everybody voted to have a healthy snacks in their vending machines. So he took out all the ho-hos, the donuts, all the old stuff, you know, candy bars, and now he has healthy snacks in them. And he does very well. So I want to say he has to replenish those vending machines weekly. All right. And all you got to do is slap on the word organic on some of your stuff and they'll sell out in a day.
Hey, so with the multiple entities, are you like with the Hub Zone certification, the 8A certification, all of those, obviously registering with SAMS.gov. If you have more than one business, are you certifying all of those or are you contracting out work to your other entities?
You can contract work out to your other entities. It's going to be very hard for you to have multiple companies with all those certifications because when you go through the evaluation process, they're going to ask you, okay, we see that you already have a company that's 8A certified. Now you're trying to have this other company Hub Zone certified. How can you manage both companies if you are the leader and CEO of both? I tried it. Okay. So it's better to just have one company and just load it up with all of them. Right. Now when you become a quadruple threat, right? Are you a veteran too?
No.
All right.
But
So
we
it would be WSB 8A Hub Zone, which is still good, right? Because you're helping the federal government meet their numbers. But we're going to go deep dive into small business programs as well. But understand this, you don't need certifications to win government contracts, right? It's kind of like Batman's utility belt, right? If it's just Batman, yeah, he's probably got a bulletproof suit. He got a cape. He can do some cool stuff. But the utility belt bring in a little bit of extra punch, right? So it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them, but you don't need them to win, right? But they are really good tools, leveraging tools to be able to help you win faster. To me, and this is just my personal opinion, I believe that they're designed to keep you poor and they're designed to keep you thinking small. The reason why I say that because if they continue to tell you that you are a minority, right, and you are disadvantaged, then that is the emotional intelligence that they're still in your head. So that way you will never grow.
That's perfect.
But if you leverage these tools with the mindset and the goal that you want to become a large company one day, then leverage them, build off of that. So that way you can graduate out of these programs and have a large company. But for the most part, people who are certified driven, they use them and then it's like they're begging, right? Your mindset is begging to the, oh, well, listen, I'm a woman on small business. I'm an MBE. I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. You're leading with that. And now I can't take you serious because you're not telling me how you can help me solve my problem. You're just here telling me that, oh, you're this, you're this, you're this. Give me work. So that's from my perspective, what I've seen is that they use these things to keep you to think very small because they never want you to get big, but they understand that it's $750 billion of contracting opportunities out there. And if I just give you just a little bit, I can say I gave you what? Reparations. Because Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, Deloitte, KPMG, Mantech, I can go down the list of all these multi-billion-dollar, high 800, $700 million a year companies, and they're still winning contracts as bigs because they don't think like, oh, we're minorities. or we got to have this. Some of them use the 8A program to grow, but they didn't stay there. So these programs are good. They're great to help you get, going. But I always tell people this: don't just focus on the certifications because you want somebody to give you something. Use them as leveraging tools to get into rooms and the doors to prove yourself that you can battle with the rest of them. And then once you start winning contracts, don't blow all your money on Ferraris and mansions and all these other things. Reinvest money back into your business so that way you can buy smaller companies to beef up your company. And now you've gone from the small to the large to the multi-billion-dollar company out there that has your brand worldwide and over 100 plus different countries. That's just my take on it. Because Alicia, if she's still on, she'll tell you these small business programs are good, especially on state level, but sometimes they will FUCK. They'll help you get in. They'll pull you on a contract. You'll win. You're good. And they're like, yep, bye. That's just my experience as a practitioner, is that I've learned over the past 4 years, you gotta use them as leverage to grow, but you can't stay where you are. You can't sit up there and have your hand out because they'll look at you different. But if you come in there, you kick the door down and say, listen, I provide this service, I do this. You got this problem, I'll help you solve it. I can help you do this. Boom. Next thing you know, now you're winning contracts and you grow on your firm because they take you serious. The MBE program, the reason why they only say we'll give you 12%, we're going to set aside 13%, $750 billion to give it to disadvantaged small business. You know who falls within a small disadvantaged business category? Here's the list: African Americans, women, whether you're Black, white, Hispanic, it don't matter. You're a woman, right? Military veterans, veteran-owned, service-disabled veteran-owned, right? You got Native American-owned companies. Native American-owned companies, right, have this thing called Super 8As. They be in the small business programs for life. So they're going to eat up. They're going to eat up that 12 to 13% that's set aside for you, because they've grown into multi-million-dollar companies. So they have the resources and everything you need to be able to respond to opportunities. But they're in it for life, and they just keep recycling, right? Persons with disability. Okay. So, and then when you go to the women part, if I got white women, who are in that small 12 to 13% of that 750 billion, right? They're probably going to eat up 5% of that. So you see the small piece that you're getting, right? So that's why it's important that we don't lean. We leverage them, but we don't lean on them as a crutch in order to get us work. We use them to get in the rooms, get in the doors, do the work, but we also reinvest in our businesses in order to grow, so that way we're not smalls and we become bigs over time. Cool.
Yeah, I hear everything you're saying, Fox. I had recently attended the webinar from Maryland Department of Transportation for the MBE certification. And it just appears from their sake, and I guess just because that's what they're in control of, what they were just saying, there's a lot of opportunities once you get certified. So that's how it came off, that things like you got to have an MBE certification. But it looks like, it appears like you don't really have to. But I just thought that would be kind of your foot in the door type of calling card to have that certification.
Yeah, they try to advertise it as such, but in our experience, we've used it, we've leveraged it. Mic check, mic check.
You can hear you.
I can hear you now. Yeah, you cut out there.
All right, sorry about that. I think y'all tried to kick me out my own Zoom. That's okay. Blame y'all. All right, yep. So, you can leverage it, but in our experience, you know, it's kind of been a disappointment when it comes to it. Now we've won some contracts, made some money off of them, but some of them I've had to call compliance. I've had to call the governor's office because the prime contractors will use us, you know, because it could be, you know, 15% of $20 million, right? We get our certain percentage, but the prime contractors would try to squeeze us out because there was no oversight, that they were actually giving us that 15% of that contract. So I would have to go call the governor. It's, you know, it gets political sometimes when the higher the dollar amount is. If you're in the construction industry, it is open game for y'all. Y'all, if you're in construction and you got an MBE, DBE certification, because there are a lot of projects and contracts that are just, you know, they're labor, whatever you want to call it, labor type of contracts. Usually those go a little bit smoother than your IT or professional staff. All right, cool. So we are at 9:30, 9:32. Thank you all so much for being here on time, present, fired up. I know it's Thursday night. Y'all trying to go to the bar and get a drink or watch y'all favorite Netflix show, but I got some homework for y'all, right? That y'all got to do, and y'all got to do it when y'all come back, when I see y'all next week, next Wednesday. All right, so in order for you to really have a good proposal, right? The first thing in a proposal, don't matter if it's an RFP, RFQ, RFI, you got to let them know who you are, right? Imagine if you were, well, y'all are business owners, right? And you're hiring somebody, right? You're hiring somebody for a job and they have a resume, right? You have their resume in front of you, right? If their resume had the name Daffy Duck and a smiley face on it and the experience said lots of fun, what are you going to do with that resume?
Move it to the back.
You ain't going to do that. You know you going to smile. You going to laugh. You probably laughed so hard that you probably had snot coming out your eyes, but at the end of it all, that resume going straight to the shredder. Or you going to ball it up and do a Kobe. All right. So you want them to take you serious, right? You want them to look at your proposal and be like, right? When a person says, that means they're what? They have interest. They're interested. So they got to know, because remember, they're reading a piece of paper. They've never met you. They probably don't even know you exist. They've never seen you before. So you got to spark it. You ever read a book and you were just like reading the book and you just like, yeah, this is not for me, right? You got to catch their attention, right? You got to speak out loud on paper. So the first thing you got to do, and I'm going to email this to y'all, okay? The first thing you have to do is that you got to talk about yourself, right? How many of y'all on social media talk good about yourself? How many of y'all have ever got on social media and talk bad about yourself? Come on now, I seen some of y'all profiles. Y'all are like, yeah, this is me. I'm a blah, 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 blah. Y'all be saying some good stuff in them bullet points in y'all profile. Well, the same thing you need to do for your company. You need to hype your company up and talk about it, right? Who are you, right? Black Fox is blah, 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 blah. We do X, Y, and Z, and we are the best at it. Can't nobody mess with it, right? Nobody. Okay, the next thing is you want to talk a little bit about like accomplishment, right? So now you've told us a little bit about you, what you do, right? Boom, everything is good. The next thing you have to do is talk about just a little bit more about what you've accomplished, right? Any awards out there, you know, you've helped anybody, what have you done? And then the third paragraph about your introduction, right? You want to talk about your team. You want to talk about the companies you supported. You want to just hype yourself up. Imagine you're on a dating website, right? Now, I don't know these names. I've only been on a few in my single days, but imagine you on Bumble, right? They still got plenty of fish out there. Come on, why y'all acting like some of these stuff don't exist? Do they
I'm
still got plenty?
I'm married, brother.
I've been out the game. Yeah.
Married, brother.
Okay. Well, I know there was Bumble, Plenty of Fish. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So you put on your dating site, right? You put all the best things about you. Right? I'm a woman of God. I'm this. I've helped this many people out. I've saved 15 crackheads from a burner fire one night without a shirt. You gotta hype your stuff up in there, okay? When they read it, you need to capture their attention just like you're writing your resume to get a job. Okay? They got to be like, whoa, okay, I'm interested. So your executive summary says introduction has to be on point and fire, okay, to be to gather their attention. This is probably one of the best things that you can do. If you're in a new industry, whatever, you want them to know that you are here and this is me, and they're like, whoa, we got to move this person to the next level, right? So who are you? What do you sell? What value have you brought to the current marketplace? And then what are some accolades? Now, some of y'all are probably saying to yourself, well, I don't have a company. I haven't done anything yet. I don't have this. But who is the business?
You are.
Okay. You are the business. So, hey, this is my firm. I'm the CEO. I have 20 plus years in the military. I've done this, I've done that. You gotta beef it up as if you're selling yourself / your company.